So we are down here in the podcast room, and we are sponsored by none other than Bubba Coos Burritos, our favorite sponsor, my favorite place to eat, and we got the fans a little surprise for you guys today. What do we got, Frankie?
We have 4 $25 gift certificates. This is how we're going to give them away. Go to your favorite Bubba Coos Burritos location, take a picture with the staff, with a buddy, something creative. The best 4 pictures, we're giving you guys $25 gift certificates to Bubba Coos Burritos. Let's go.
Let's go. Be creative, guys. Good luck.
Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Welcome back to Champ and the Tramp. I got my man Tom DeBlass. I've known Tom since about 2008, right? Tom is a multiple-time MMA competitor, Bellator alum, UFC alum, ring and combat champion, multiple-time ADCC Northeastern champion. But you won the Brown Belt Worlds, I believe, right? And you you run Ocean County Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu since 2007?
It's been 15 years. So
about that, 5, 6. Yeah, so which you have a very big following down there, a very big following on social media as well. Even though people trying to crack the whip on you, you know, but just talk into closer to better. Yeah.
Trying to hold me down.
That's it.
Gotta get used to this.
Wait, is that mic on? Hang on, is that mic on?
Talk into it.
You hear me?
No, it's not.
Mic's not on.
Hang on.
Good call on that. He probably tuned that out so for background noise when we were shooting a promo down there.
Go ahead, talk.
You hear me?
Yeah, I got him now.
Good.
Look at that. See, I'm fucking Jack of all trades, baby.
Frankie's co-host and tech guy today.
Does it all.
But yeah, so let's touch on that right away. All right, I follow you on social media, obviously. You got pretty vocal, I'd say, early on in this whole ordeal we're dealing with in this world, crazy world of ours, and saying some wild shit. But of course, I supported it with the like button, smashing it, you know. But
same,
right. You got a big following because of it, because I'm sure a lot of people are like-minded. Yeah. But then obviously
a lot of hate too.
The haters and everything else are, you know, obviously pushing back, and now you are shadow banned.
Well, the gist of it is you have a business, right? Yeah. And they shut your business down, but it was so controversial because so many were still allowed to operate, and you're shut down. I don't know how long were you shut down for?
Well, we technically shouldn't have opened again until midsummer, but I opened like 3 weeks after.
Okay.
And that's my thing. Hypocrisy is very hard for me to deal with.
Yeah.
I'm not a perfect guy. I make a lot of mistakes, but I try not to be a hypocrite, you know? And I couldn't understand how people were so blind by the insanity of the level of hypocrisy that was going on. Like, how could you tell me I'll walk into Walmart with 500 people, but then not even my academy, a restaurant, can't have 30 people inside? Like, well,
none of it made sense.
How do people even believe this bullshit? You know,
pull that, yeah, right. Pull that bitch up and close. Yeah, there you go.
All right, good. So
there you go.
I could touch it.
There you go. You're a little soft spoken.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I don't know how people even could accept it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's actually scary, man. But at the same time, it made me realize how easy it will be for my kids to be successful in this world because everybody is very much a sheep. They want to be told what to do.
All right.
So, for me, it also made me realize, and this isn't about me being fake. If people are so easily manipulated by such outlandish bullshit, how easy will it be for me to make people just trust in me? You know, and essentially that's what you need to grow your following and to be known everywhere. I mean, unless you you get lucky or something, but if you want to like build your brand as far as a personal brand that gives a service, people have to trust you. Mm-hmm. You'll never provide a service without trust. And there's some commonalities in combat. right? Whether it's wrestling, jiu-jitsu, boxing, the fight for inside control is always a thing. Angles are always a thing. Excuse me. The commonality among running a business or building your brand, because, they're very close to each other, is trust. You have to have trust. People must trust you. And I think a lot of my followers, they don't trust that I'm necessarily sane, right? They think I'm a fucking wild man, right? I'm always posting different shit. One day I'll be like, give to your neighbor and help people and give money to the poor. And then the next day I'm like, kill that motherfucker. But it's like, if you look at who I'm aggressive towards versus who I'm compassionate towards, I'm never aggressive towards people who are nice, like ever.
You don't like to be bullied.
What put okay, so the one day that you're like, saying give to people this and that, compared to one person saying the next day beat this, did something happen that day? Or you just something caught your mind, thought process?
My childhood was interesting. My father has always struggled with drugs and alcohol. And I've dealt with that from, I remember 2 years old. I believe he was sober from 0 to 2. And my mom just, I can't even put my mother into words as far as the woman that she is, and I know everybody talks good about their parents, but when I say strength, my mother would work the night shift, come home, sleep for like 1 hour, and then wake up and spend the whole day with me. And not only spend the day, like take me to zoos and shit, like take me around, but at the same time, my father struggled with drugs and alcohol. He was a bad dude, man. Like I tell everybody, he would take the building bricks, the red bricks, not karate bricks, and he'd get drunk, put them flat on the ground, hit him and smash them. If I did that shit, I would break my hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's been through a lot, and I was never sheltered in the fact that my mom never tried to say, oh, well, he's sick, or, he just doesn't feel good. Like, no, I knew he did. He was a drinker, and I didn't, he was a drinker. And the thing is, when he was sober, he was the best guy that you could ever meet. But when he was drunk, he wasn't a good guy. And one thing, though, is I remember witnessing arguments and stuff, and I would just, it never made me angry. It made me sad. So as a kid, I was a very soft kid. I used to get bullied. I got my ass beat a bunch, and I never wanted to like hit back because I always felt bad. Like, I just want to be nice. And I remember when my parents would argue, the only thing I would worry about was the things that may hurt their feelings that they were saying to each other. And that would break my heart. And the one thing that my parents always told me is we go through hard times, but we stick together because of love. Right? We love each other and we care about each other. And for me, that word love meant so much to me at that age, because without love, essentially, there was no such thing as my family. I equated love right alongside family. Like, love meant family, family meant love. I loved my mom so much, I would go to school and I would imagine like an invisible phone that I could like talk to her and communicate with her throughout the entire day. And I think I was born with compassion. I wasn't born with who I am. I don't want to be the way I am. I struggle. A lot of people, there's a lot of talk out there. I know I get hate from people that, needless to say, they never came to my face and said.
Never do. They never do.
I'm probably one of the most loved and hated guys in jiu-jitsu. The people who love me ride for me. People who hate me hate me.
You got some competition with Gordon. Gordon's pretty loved and pretty hated.
Gordon is definitely one step above.
Yeah.
I think.
But that's almost the way to be, polarizing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think, I don't know if at least for a brand and for attention, that kind of is the way to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe not for like your conscience or for morality.
And when you're a king like he is, I think it goes with it. You know what I mean?
You know what it is though. With Gordon, and these guys will tell you, like, if Gary and Gordon, when they hear this, they'll be, oh yeah, Tom was saying to be nice, but he's the one who taught us how to be jerk-offs, you know? Frankie's probably like, shut the fuck. Frankie hears me talking, and Frankie's seeing the other side of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's probably like, shut the fuck up. You know? Remember when I head kicked Carlos? Like,
Yeah,
like,
dude.
stop.
Like, stop, bro. You rocked him with a punch. I'm like, oh.
Wait, is this in sparring?
Yeah. I'm like, oh. And then he fucking just head kicks him, bro. Dude's hands are down. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
He just turned the switch.
Carlos has hurt more people than you could ever imagine. He is a big, aggressive prick. And I'm surprised my school is still standing after that guy ran his way through. So it's not just I was just like trying to knock people out and head kick them, you know what I mean? But he was there. He would try to heel kick. He would try to axe kick you.
Yeah. I get it. Hey, you get what you give, you know?
Yeah, this guy. I always talk good about Frankie. I don't talk good about a lot of people because not that I'm definitely not a hater. I truly want to see people succeed, and that goes into my childhood. You know, like I saw the good side and the bad side. So like for me, like I wanted everyone to do well, you know, and but there's not a lot of motherfuckers out there that I really, really like, believe in, and also admire. Because when I say believe in, do you believe that if they're in a room with a bunch of people talking shit, they're gonna be okay with it, unless it's playful?
Yeah.
You know, are you okay? Like, do you believe that if you call them at 3 a.m., you know, they'll do everything they could for you? You know, so there's different kind of beliefs, but
There's usually a very small list of people that are like that pick up the phone for you at 3 a.m. and will be there for you. It's generally speaking. Yeah. There's acquaintances and friends, right? And I have a million acquaintances, but very, very few friends.
Yeah, and then we got to ask yourself, how many people are friends with us for their own convenience?
Yeah, well, they would be acquaintances. They wouldn't be friends, yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. But yeah, you know, it's funny because I guess you would say, you know, me and Frank don't talk, like, you know, just before his fights or before something's big, or once in a while I'll check in, or holidays or some shit, but like, I never question his character, and that's funny. So your fans need to understand this too about this guy sitting here. You know, I've known him since I've been, what do we say, what year was it?
08, 07, 08.
I was a purple belt, wasn't I?
Yeah, Jiu-Jitsu police.
They'll call me, no, Captain Armbar.
Captain Armbar, yeah.
That's how LaGuardia would say it.
Yeah. Captain Armbar reporting.
Like, you're doing an armbar wrong. I was very like, I guess I was much more quiet back then.
You were you. You just were coming out. We had to ring it out a little bit. You were still you. Go on.
I remember.
Aren't most people though? Aren't some of the most polarizing out? I mean, Conor McGregor. I remember early interviews with him. He was soft spoken. He was quiet. Colby Covington, another guy. You know, quiet, soft spoken. Didn't really talk a lot of shit. Gordon. I don't know Gordon, but I heard he was kind of quiet coming up through the ranks.
Quiet unless you were like in a room.
But not
with him. He always thought he was a fucking man.
Yeah. Now he showed everybody he's a man.
Yeah, right. When you back it up.
Listen, he literally more than obviously more than Conor. He backs it up. Fucking.
You really can't say anything.
No, you can't.
Nobody wants to fight him, right?
He's not really a dick, and he's not. Honestly, he's not. You know, he's not picking on people. No. He's always gracious to
telling
his
it like it is.
I feel like you know.
Afterwards, yeah, you know, he's just very relentless, and if he were my enemy, I would hit him with a fucking baseball bat, bro. Jiu-Jitsu guys out there, listen to this and listen to it clear. The fact that you'll be in the same room with Gordon after he's talking that shit and you don't even like do anything, I can't believe that you're a jiu-jitsu guy. You're not a fighter. You know what I mean? Because I could say where we're from, right? If someone was gonna like obliterate us online and then you end up standing next to him, how's that going? Come on, bro. Say that shit face to face.
Right.
Some of the toughest jiu-jitsu guys in the world, I've seen them literally. When they're next to Gordon, they don't say shit. They shake his hand.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, and Gordon's also, he's not a street kid. You know, he's not like a street fighter, but he's not.
He's from Jersey. From Jersey, though.
He seems very not that he's not motivated by being the number one guy, because clearly he is, but he seems very motivated by money too. You know, a lot of his talk is about generating money and making money for fights, and you know. Yeah, and that's part of the business, you know. You got to hype up fights to
more so than money. The reason why he loves money because he wants to be better than you.
Right. That's no question. No question.
He's a complete competitor.
He's figured out how to get paid and do that, you know.
Yes, he suffered in some senses as well. But the thing is, everybody was going to want to learn from him, right? So he'll always sell well.
Right.
Yeah, with the DVD.
Even if you hate him,
You're watching his DVDs.
Yeah.
Well,
How could you not?
it's like, the thing is with Gord is like, nah, sorry, buddy. You know, we all have kind of the same background. Gordon, no matter what he says, you know, he was hurt a lot. You know, indirectly, like he was very close with his father, and he just wanted his dad okay. But for some reason, his dad just can't be okay. You know, I remember how many times, you know, I thought this was going to be the last time, and then he ends up doing something, fucking up or hurting himself, essentially. Gordon loved his father so much, and to see his father hurt himself tore Gordon apart. And Gordon loves his mother so much. You know, he's very, very loyal in that sense. Right? Like, I could call Gordon tomorrow. I don't agree with everything he does at all, even as far as being a student, you know. But if I call Gordon tomorrow, I was like, bro, you're in Puerto Rico. I need you to my school by Thursday, man. Like, it's very important. I'm not going to tell you why, but you got to be there. He would be there. There's no question.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, like, I think he's so angry with certain aspects of his life, he wants to prove everybody, like, I could do it. And I don't think Gordon was, like, the man in high school. You know, I think, like, you know, Gordon's a lover. Like, he loves his girl viciously, right? He will not leave her side. He's loyal. Gordon was always a lover, you know? So a lot of people I think he opened up to and to try to love, even if it was a girlfriend, has hurt him. Truly. Like, bro, I remember, I'm going to say, I don't know if Gordon, you don't care either. Man, his one girlfriend, the one time, like, in high school, like, she ended up, they broke up, and she just did some unthinkable shit, you know? And I remember Gordon acting like he didn't care, but I don't know how he couldn't care. No. But one thing that kid is amazing at, he's unshakable, man. He's unbreakable. I remember I talked to him the day before his dad died. I'm like, Gordon, he's gonna die, bro. I just want you to get ready for it because I see what's happening. And messaged me the next day. Big Gord died. He's like, that's life. It is what it is. He goes, you know how more fucked everybody is now? Because I'm that much more pissed. Right? Like, it's crazy, boy. The kid is just... How
he turns it into helping his goals in life, you know? He can spin a negative into a positive.
Before I forget about it, let me before I forget, we'll get back to it. Is there a time limit on these things?
No, never.
Go. We'll be here till 1 a.m. if it's rolling good.
My thoughts about... I call him Frankenstein Egger on my phone. He's fucking annoying. Like, you don't know the real Frankie.
No, I want to hear this now. I want to hear this.
Maybe not the real Frankie.
I don't know too many people that call him annoying.
He's just such a ball... Oh, bro, he's the biggest ball buster to me.
Oh, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. Trust me.
He's seen me when I was, like, literally... He knew... Like, Frankie was always Frankie because he came to our school right after he beat Tyson.
Yeah, yep.
You know? But... Tom wasn't always Tom. You know what I mean? Tom was like a chubby, like younger guy that would like sneak Pop-Tarts in his fucking head. Sugar would drop in between rounds of Martin Rooney's. I'd have to go eat a Pop-Tart and come back. But I still talk that shit, though.
That's awesome, man.
He did.
That's awesome.
You know? So he knows me from that. So this is a fucking ball buster, man. But, you know, it's like... I think the problem nowadays is people have a hard time being happy for other people.
Bro. It's insane. Yeah. It's gotten so out of control with social media. It's just you know, giving it so much exposure. But
I don't get.
People are just so unhappy with other people's lives. It's crazy.
I just feel more comfortable with other people doing better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't get how that people. It makes me feel more comfortable if you're doing good.
There are people that I don't like on social media. I don't follow them. I just don't follow them. Why would I follow them and spend energy leaving comments and hating on that? It takes time out of what could be
doesn't it change who you are when you're, you know, everybody talks about bullying and they're so against bullying. Imagine any of us bullied somebody.
Right.
We would be the devil.
Yeah.
But yet every day people bully us.
Oh, bro, I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it the last 2 days with these Karen moms at my kids'
I bully
school.
Roger a little bit.
You do. They just go nuts. They just take it to another.
The instructors?
No, it's moms, I guess, of other kids. I think, although all.
No, I think it's bullshit. I think people are just fucking
they're-
riding you.
Maybe because it's all fake. They make these
So
fake.
explain it.
All right, so my kid is new to cheer. She goes to a cheer practice in Freehold, and I take her on Sundays. I just started taking her, and I went there Sunday, and it was just a practice, but they invited us in and said, feel free to watch, make yourself comfortable, whatever. And I said to the one instructor, is it okay if I take pictures? Well, not only did she say it was okay to take them and post them, they were sending me pictures while I was there. They were taking them and sending them to me. And they said, yeah, everybody, all the parents post pictures or whatever. So I just posted one group photo of her with her, teammates or whatever. And they're actually wearing, in my opinion, more than their actual cheer outfit. But they're 6-7 year, range. And I guess I although I don't know this because no actual person with a real profile hit me up, all these fake profiles came on and just with this nasty calling me names and hatred and saying, how dare you post pictures of other people's kids. So at first I was like, wait a minute, maybe I did do something wrong here. You know what I mean? So, I kind of just ignored the first couple, deleted them, blocked them or whatever because they were fake profiles. And then they kept coming in, So I'm like, maybe I should check with the school again, even though I asked once. Let me check. So I called the school. I called the one instructor there and I talked to her and she's like, actually, we saw that. We saw those nasty posts. We support you 100%, Roger. You're not doing anything different than we do here or every other parent does. So I was like, okay, I guess I didn't, I'm not overstepping bounds that any other parent does. So I left it up. I was going to take it down. And I left it up because it wasn't in any way distasteful, in my opinion. It was just some mom or maybe not a mom, someone that just made a fake profile that had a bug up their ass.
It was a mom.
Yeah.
Whose husband, they post good pictures. This is the person. They post good pictures about each other, their family, their kids, and they're happy. Husband's never home.
Right.
Another broad.
Yeah.
She hates her kids and she hates her life. That's who did it.
Well, they take it to another level. They start a Reddit post about me, hating on me on Reddit.
Welcome to my life, bro.
And then they're posting like, you should read what's going on Reddit about you. You're such a piece of shit. You're a fucking horrible abuser.
What is Reddit anyway?
It's just a blog thing where you can get on and create a thread and people can join it. So then all these Reddit people,
It's
which
pretty
are
popular though, right? Reddit.
Yeah, which I mean, it was literally maybe like 10 people. And
I could join this thing.
Yeah, you can join, bud. Yeah, join. Then they start weighing in and just leaving hateful comments. So I responded to one lady that wasn't too nasty because she was like semi-reasonable, and I said, hey, listen. I didn't do anything different than any other parent did. I asked if it was okay. It's not like I just did it. They said it was okay. I rechecked with the school. They said they support me 100%. They said, we'll even like your stuff. We'll like it, and you can feel free to tag us in it. All parents post stuff. We post stuff. It's all public. You're not posting anything anybody else did. And just the hate comments just keep coming in. So I just ignore it. I would have gladly taken it down if someone had respectfully said, hey, listen, I'm just not comfortable with this. For whatever reason, would you respectfully take it down? Sure. That's not the approach they went. So fuck the Karens.
100%. And back to Reddit real quick. Everyone thinks that I would hate Reddit because every Reddit, you want to laugh, go to Reddit Jiu-Jitsu and type in me. I get slaughtered. But sometimes I write some funny shit. Like they did this lion face that looked like the lion from Wizard of Oz. Because I like lions, right?
Yeah.
I get slaughtered for liking lions. They call me the humble lion. Guys are unbelievable. And even though
It's probably Gordon.
It's probably Gordon.
Even though they hate me and Reddit, I feel like there's weird connection to them. Bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I find
listen, they're spending time on you, right? So it's just something. That means something.
Listen, I definitely made my mistakes to make people. I definitely did some shit.
But you're human. What human doesn't make
But I
mistakes?
guess we're supposed to be in this different.
Right. It's crazy. Yeah.
But it's like, these guys, I get a kick out of their shit, man. And for, in the beginning, I was very hurt, but now I definitely, I can read it and not be hurt. And it's just, at first when you're experiencing hate, am I wrong, Roger? You're like, it changes who you are as a human.
It used to get to me a lot more than it does now. We're human beings. We're social creatures, right? Like as humans, we like to be liked, right? I mean, that's unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath or somebody that lacks empathy. Like the human spirit, we like to be liked. But then you really have to break down situations, especially on social media, and you have to see who these people are that are hating on you. And when you really start digging in, you do a little research and you click on them, they're probably 75% fake profiles, people that don't even have balls enough to post from their real account. And they're not even logical in what they say, and it's never fact-based. It's never anything they can back up. They just call you horrible names, and like obviously it's easy to call somebody racist now, and you could just call somebody racist. You don't have to back it up with anything,
I mean, you kind of look a little racist.
You say that every time, you dick.
Bro, I remember in Reddit one time, so I was at the Pam Ams, and the Nogi Pam Ams, and this dude came up to me and said, bro, this is so-and-so who is always saying this shit on you on Reddit. And I thought...
Oh, dude, that'd be great, right?
Yeah, but bro, I kid you not, he was a little guy. He was like, I looked at him and was like, this can't be you.
Right.
Took a piss right next to him. I could tell he was a little uncomfortable. Didn't say a word, just walked right by me. And it's like, whatever, man. I'm sure some guys are tough guys, whatever. As a man, I can't find myself online disrespecting somebody from a fake profile.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, just disrespect. I mean, unless you have beef someone. But even that, I'm not going to go to social media to fucking put out my beef.
So,
you know what I mean?
So Eddie Alvarez was in here, and he had this great concept for a show. I've referenced it a few times because it really is a great. I don't know why it hasn't gone. I guess probably the legality standpoint of it. It can't happen because of the legality of it.
It's called Troll Patrol.
Troll Patrol. It's such a good idea.
He's saying you find out, say someone's hitting you up on Twitter or whatever,
Like a
shit.
hacker that's
Right,
really
so
good.
Someone that could find the guy, show up at their house, like, all right, motherfucker. You talk all this shit, and obviously can't fight him. But let's train together.
Sign a waiver.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're willing to get in there with
Yeah. It'd probably have to be like training. Let's run this fucking hill. Who could run this hill more times, motherfucker?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
It's bully beat down meets catfish is what it is. You know what I mean?
I don't see how that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but someone get fucking butt hurt.
You couldn't show up, knock on the door, and beat the shit out of the person. It would never. But you could say, "Listen, here's your opportunity. You call me a chump. You call me a bitch. You say everything about me is a joke, and it's so easy." And especially from a fighter perspective, maybe they hate on Frankie as a fighter. Come into his world for 3-4 days and do what he does, and let's see how you fare. Throw some headgear on. Let's spar.
It's funny because I had a guy ripping my DVD one time. He actually he ended up like selling a lot of my stuff, and he stole it, and I know a lot of people who are in different fields or whatever, and I ended up getting his whole life in like 15 minutes, bro. Address, work, everything.
Local guy?
Nah, he was like Virginia or something. And at that time, I wouldn't do it now because I know the legalities of it. I was like, bro, you want to steal from me? I posted his address online. I guess it's called doxing. I don't know, but I got slaughtered, and I didn't understand why would you hate me?
Right.
He attacked me.
Right.
Right. My kid's mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, why would you hate me for?
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, you got to go to the legal route. I don't know how many people went through the legal route if they know how long that takes. And me, I'm not into suing people, bro.
Neither
That's not
am
who
I.
I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you come up to me and punch me in my face, like,
Right.
I'm not gonna sue you.
No.
Like, let's get it.
Yeah.
Like, when I heal, motherfucker, we're gonna sue you. Then we're gonna do it, right? But it's like, I don't know, man. It's a crazy world.
It is, but I will say, it's a choice. I choose to be part of that world, and I think there's a lot of people that's a bad move for them. If you're a sensitive soul at all, I guess we're all sensitive to a degree, but if you're especially sensitive, or you're a child that maybe hasn't matured, and there's a lot of kids out there that mine aren't. They have their mother made them profiles, but they're not on it. They don't run it or whatever. If they were bullied on there and they shouldn't be on there. It's a choice to be on there. You know what I mean? People don't have to be on there. So I know, being part of the internet and part of social media, I know there's going to be haters. There's going to be people that talk shit. There's going to be people that try to stir the pot. And I never got so mad that I was like, okay, fuck you, I never ever responded like that ever. But I'd be a real smart ass. I'd be real sarcastic as fuck and real smart alecky. I really don't even do that anymore. I just fucking block them and fucking move on,
Well, the first time I kind of probably, I don't put myself out there that much to get fucking attacked. Yeah, and but when I fought,
We have a squeaky clean image, too.
I started 2000 to 2010. I fought BJ. That's when Twitter started coming around. 2010, Instagram, I think, might have been right after that. So that was and then BJ had fucking fans, back then especially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they would fucking get on me, and I'm like, damn, that shit would piss me the fuck off,
Almost
man.
mad that you took the fight.
yeah. I know, like,
No,
but
they were almost mad at you. How dare you, John?
And like I would see like the dudes from Jersey, I would screenshot the fucking picture, like I'm gonna see this motherfucker one day. I'm gonna see this motherfucker.
But how fucking sweet was it to beat him 3 times, bro?
Yeah, not even that. Yeah, whatever.
But that's kind of.
I always, honestly, every time you fight, there's always someone like, you're gonna get fucking killed, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I'm gonna come back to this motherfucker after that fight. And I never do, obviously, because at that point I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
That's a big difference between Frankie and many other, like Frankie and Gordon and many other fighters. When you talk that shit to Frankie, he's not looking at it and second guessing himself. He's looking at it and he's like, oh, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're wrong. You know, a lot of people second guess themselves.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, but now, like, honestly, it don't bother me no more. I'm done. I mean, if you see it right away, it does. You have a natural fucking reaction to it. You do. And of course, it's not a positive one. You're like, motherfucker. But I never put it down and like think about it. It doesn't take my time no more.
Yeah. No, it shouldn't consume you. But if it does, you're in the wrong place. You shouldn't be on it. It should not consume you.
Right.
You know. But it's a crazy world we live in now, where depression is already at an all-time high because of COVID. A lot of people are out of work. A lot of people, they need social interaction just to stay in a positive state of mind, and then add to that, we live in a world of social media where now more people are on social media than ever, more people are talking shit than ever. I mean, suicide is through the roof right now.
That's what I've been saying from the beginning.
It's through the roof.
Like, I understand depression, and I'm very open with it about mental health, and like when a lot of people didn't understand where this would lead to as far as depression and suicide. And I was saying it from day one, like, we're going to lose people from COVID, but some healthy people die. But here's the thing: it's a proven fact that it attacks people that are physically out of shape. But I don't see any commercials out there.
I know, same.
None.
Diet,
None.
Right.
So it's I don't know, man.
We just had Mike Dolce in, who this is what he does, and good dude, and he talked about that a lot. I mean, there's that should be the answer. That should be what's advocated out there. That should be what's prevalent. That should be what is in people's faces. But it's not. It's not.
And you talk, even if you talk about it, you're a COVID denier.
And he said, I mean, he's a stats and facts and data guy. He said if your BMI is over 30, you're actually putting yourself in harm's way by wearing a mask. And we live in the fattest country in the world.
So what are you doing about it?
The thing is, as far as COVID, I never denied that it wasn't real. The only thing I said is like, all right, so I'm so sad that you may get sick and die of COVID, but I'm also really sad if I can't open my business and my kids lose their home. And a lot of people didn't realize that was happening. Like, not everybody was getting these loans.
Yeah, no question.
And for me, even if you give me loans every month, here's the thing: every month you lose students, and you're actively gaining students. So even if you give me loans every month, I'm still losing students and not gaining.
You've become dependent on living off the government at that point.
Eventually you're losing students.
Right.
Without the ability to gain any, you're at zero in 2 years.
Right.
And it's
you're now living off the system and relying on it to pay your bills.
That's the thing. That's why I'm thankful I didn't have to get any loans or grants, and it's just like, look at that dude from. We spoke a few times. The Ian Fitness.
Atlas, Attilas.
Ian Smith, yeah.
Bro, that guy's like in over 1 million.
Dude, crazy, bro.
And here's the thing.
He has, next to Donald Trump, that guy has the most I don't know, steadfast, like unbreakable spirit I think of anybody I've ever met, man. They came in and they took all of his GoFundMe money. Yeah, it was like $300,000. I mean, that was the only thing keeping him afloat. They took it all. I reached out to him. I was like, man, you all right? Like, how you doing? He's like, he's unwavering, bro.
We spoke.
Unwavering.
I tried to hook him up with an instructional on fanatics. They do like fitness and stuff. But it's like the rest of this man, like, this is the cause he died for.
Yeah.
Because the rest of his life, he's fighting out of this.
Right.
He's fighting out of $3 million in fines. He's fighting to get it, nullified or washed. So it's like the rest of it. It's like he was a martyr in his sense, right?
Yeah.
Like he thought he was. I'm not saying he was or he wasn't. Relax. I do believe in his. I think we could bend a little bit. Not everyone will agree with that. Like when I go to Walmart and shit like that, like I'll wear. Like if it makes you feel good, I'll wear a mask.
Sure.
I don't care, bro. But as far as being open and this and that, like Ian definitely didn't have. He was 100% right. We gotta work, man. We gotta work. Like don't tell me nothing about a business if you never ran a business, or if your business is your only sole come to eat.
Right.
I mean, just about like, what do parents, luckily my wife doesn't work anymore.
What do they do? Yeah.
What the fuck are they doing? I don't get how, like, What are other people doing?
Yeah.
I don't. How are they doing it?
Right.
There's kids that are home alone right now. You know what I mean? That's what it is, right?
Domino effect, man.
It really is.
Affects everything, and people don't realize that. There's no quick fix.
Yeah.
You know, and here's to say, let's say another COVID came out, 4 weeks ago, another disease. That's what I.
It's happening, bro. It's gonna happen.
That's what I think we're gonna see.
Sure, of course.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? I mean, I don't want to say that, like you said, this is obviously real. People are dying left and right. For sure, it's real. Is it what they made it seem to be? No, I don't think so.
Unhealthy people.
Okay, yeah.
And
Correct.
elderly
Right,
are
right.
dying left. and
I
right.
mean, you seen that Tony Robbins thing? Did you see that thing?
Yeah, I did. I
Yeah,
watched it.
bro.
Yeah.
Bro, he said the deaths in 2020, 2019, 18, 17, all within 15, 20,000. Even the old people deaths, the percentage is the fucking same, dude.
Right.
That's what we're hearing. Oh, it's killing old people. It's not, though,
Right.
because every year the same percentage of fucking old people are dying.
Right.
And he said only difference is no one's dying of fucking heart disease, no one dies of
Flu.
cancer.
The flu count is non-existent.
But then people will say, well, it's because of the pre-existing measures you're taking for COVID.
Yeah.
If I'm taking all these measures,
Right.
shouldn't be here either.
Right.
I had it. First, I tested positive for antibodies, but I don't remember being sick. That was back in like March or April.
Same.
And then November, the week I had a fight to a match, and the week I no one knows about this yet. My opponent knows. I was feeling tired, and I was losing like 2 pounds a day. Like, I'm 232 right now. I got down to like 217 in like 2 weeks, and I couldn't eat. I couldn't take more than a bite at a time.
Wasn't AIDS, was it?
Jesus Christ. Jesus, Frankie. Jesus.
But like I felt tired, and I felt a little like my mind. That was weird. I felt like a little depressed.
Yeah.
But I just said, oh, it has to be the match coming up. Told my boxing coach, hey man, I'm not feeling that good. My cardio was shot. We should have trained today. Oh, don't worry, I'm fine. We trained Saturday. He tested positive, right? I competed that night. Never felt, even when I got my ass beat in Sweden, I felt better than I felt after an 8-minute match. This as far as cardio.
Right.
I don't get tired. Like, you don't get tired in jiu-jitsu, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you do jiu-jitsu forever. You know,
Yeah.
your technique has to be so good where you don't get tired. What I mean by that, guys, is that if you're experienced, you're not going to get tired because your technique will nullify any kind of physical advantage. But afterwards, 2 days later, my opponent tested positive, and I actually gave it to a few people. I didn't know I had it.
Right.
But everybody who got it was okay. Just kind of the same things as me. You know what I mean? And who knows when it's coming or when it's not?
But dude, you can't. Like one of my kids, this is a while ago. Kids' parents had it. They're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "The fuck you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We don't know. What are you gonna do?"
It's gonna go through everybody eventually, or the majority of the population. It's gonna run through. I mean, it's gonna be herd immunity. That's what's gonna happen. That's just
I think it's ran through a lot more people.
Oh yeah, no question. I have the antibodies. Never even knew I had it.
That's a crazy.
I snuck in at nighttime.
It's this guy. This guy loves the gay humor. Loves it.
How's that gay?
Snuck in. Oh, I thought you meant you snuck in. You're making AIDS jokes over there.
Happened last night?
It's another gay thing.
God.
It actually is gay.
Is it? Jeez.
Yeah,
All right.
It's gay.
It's gay. We're getting open here.
So
We're gay friendly.
I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, washing off, just finishing the night. It's 1:30 in the morning, bro.
At the academy?
No, at my
Our
house.
house. Okay.
And all of a sudden, I hear a knock on my door. So I'm like paranoid. Like
At 1:30 a.m.
1:30 in the morning. I think like people want to kill me and shit. I'm crazy. You know what I mean? Like, we get hate and I'm just like, I'm always ready, bro. Like, I am a fucking maniac with weapons and shit. And I ran downstairs like, you just know if somebody's threatening. But he wasn't street clothes, he wasn't a cop. So I'm like, I opened the door, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who are you? Blah, blah. Like, I don't even remember what I said. He's like, oh, I could tell I'm at the wrong house. Like, oh my God. I'm
Just
like, what are you doing?
talk in the mic a little bit because people can't hear.
I'm like, what are you doing here? Like, what's up? He's like, grinder.
What?
Wait, what? Wait, what? Are you on? What's your profile? What's your profile?
Somebody did this as a dick and set some dude off Grinder to your fucking.
I knew none of my boys.
No.
It's the
way.
Reddit people. It's the Reddit people.
Frank, you're right. You know when you said Frankie's a motherfucker before and he got jokes to you, bro? That was a good one.
They would never because I take Ambien, I get a little crazy.
Dude, Ambien. You take Ambien?
Yeah,
That shit's
To
crazy.
sleep though, right?
Yeah, but he stays up.
I don't, but
And
sometimes
you stay up, dude. That's me.
I don't
If you
know
take
how.
Ambien, stay up. They say it's like fucking hallucinant.
If you ever have Gordon on the show, ask him how many threatening messages on WhatsApp he's gotten from me on Ambien.
And you don't even remember.
Like, bro, I will. You're definitely you're a big crap in the world, but cut your motherfucking throat from ear to ear. Like I will,
And you don't even know you did it.
and I wake up the next day and like I'll re-listen to it. I was like, I remember saying it, but I can't believe that. I said it. I was like, what were you doing?
I've only ever taken it on a plane before just to fall asleep.
I've never taken it. I've never taken it.
You take it and intentionally stay up, or you just get insomnia and you can't go to sleep?
Sometimes I get insomnia,
I got
I take Ambien, I take melatonin, I take
melatonin. Yeah, well, it's natural.
all this stuff.
What's the
GABA,
turkey thing?
Magnesium.
I don't know.
What's in turkey?
Tryptophan. Yeah, tryptophan.
Yeah, so I take all that shit.
I can sleep, bro.
Sometimes I still don't sleep.
I don't sleep great, but
Sometimes it just knocks me out, bro. Like I'll wake up and my phone is still open on top of me. I'm just out.
Yeah.
You know.
They say Ambien's crazy to sleep. No,
It is what it is. Like,
Afraid
but you
I-
don't. But you're not sleeping. I heard.
afraid I
heard
wouldn't
you're not
wake
even
up for
fucking
work.
sleeping.
sometimes you are. You know, sometimes you are. Actually,
No, maybe like, even like when you're sleeping, you're not. It's not like a real
oh no,
good
you're
sleep.
out, bro.
You're out, but I don't think it's good. It's like a natural sleep.
Not like a REM sleep, like a deep state
yeah.
sleep.
I get a lot. I take that. I'll take Alpha Brain and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I used to, but now I haven't taken them. I get a vitamin shop brand. Like I forget what it is. It's the active ingredient in Alpha Brain, and I get like crazy.
Nootropics, right? Nootropics, right? What do they call it?
Oh no, it's like
not familiar.
choline, something choline. And bro, my dreams are wild, bro. Like I get crazy. I look forward to going to bed every night to dream, and even if they're bad dreams, it's something. I'm happy.
Yeah.
My bad dreams, bro. I wake up.
Yeah, I don't dream. I don't really.
Everybody dreams, but I never remember them.
Nah, right,
ever.
right.
I
Oh,
never remember them.
When I stop burning, I remember my dreams. I had the craziest fucking dreams in the world.
Really?
Oh my god, the craziest.
Really?
Good, bad, or indifferent, or just
Just fucking wild.
Really?
Like,
Wow.
what the fuck was I thinking? You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
But then when I'm on the green team, I don't dream at all.
And
I can't remember
you can
it.
have a full night's sleep, wake up in the morning, and remember it. The only time I can remember it at all, if I wake up
middle
while
of the
I'm
night.
having the dream,
Yeah.
and I'll remember it
Well,
so vividly,
that too,
and then I go back to sleep, and
And
then I fucking forget it when I
That
wake
too.
up.
And the camp, I'm drinking mad water, so I get up and piss a lot.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Bro, I piss like 9 times a night, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, I piss a lot too. I know.
I'll get crazy thirsty too during the night, and I'll drink.
Me too. Me too. I do too.
If I don't drink, like I can't sleep.
Yeah.
If I drink,
Yeah. Then you can't sleep. you
Water's
piss.
my
Yeah,
favorite drink,
same
man. I
up.
drink so much water every day. It's weird to say, but it's like I enjoy drinking water. I love it. I drink a ton of it.
You know what I heard?
What?
Water's taste is in its temperature.
In its temperature, I like cold water.
That's what I'm saying.
Taste?
Huh?
Cold then?
I mean, it depends.
I like cold water.
I like
You like
cold.
water?
I do like water.
You know what fucked me up with water was how we had to do the weight cuts with the.
Oh, I fucking yeah. But you did distilled. Oof. Never.
You never did.
Never.
That you think that makes it worse?
I think it's supposedly it's not less bad stuff going in your body. I don't know if that's true. Or
Really?
not, but yeah,
Well,
distilled water.
It washes.
Yeah, like
all
everything out. It
the-
takes everything out. Yeah, I don't think you want to do that.
Why do they make fighters do that then? Or why did they?
I don't know. I think that was the.
We have
But now they don't.
good bacteria in you, right?
Not. They didn't tell me distill. They said water. Just water. I do water load. I do just 2 gallons.
I was up to
I used to do fucking start weeks before. Now I mean I drink a gallon anyway because I'm training so much.
What are you weighing the week before?
I'm only 10 over probably.
Yeah, but still 10 over for your weight.
yeah.
In the ass.
Yeah, hell
Suck
yeah.
for you?
Nah, I'm disciplined, bro.
Dude's never
Yeah.
missed weight, not even close, really.
He's a freak.
Like I work the weight off too at the end. I don't even
understand Frankie Edgar. It's a different world, but like I say, I'm like, people, you can't teach Frankie. You know what I mean? I remember I would admire the way he would come back and win, and I always wanted in the beginning of my MMA career, I wanted to be lucky enough to have a match like that, right? I want a match like that, like yeah, everybody thinks they can.
Wars, yeah, just
You think
wars,
you can do
yeah.
it. Fun fact. In Jiu-Jitsu or MMA, I've never lost a match that I was ahead on. In Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, I only won 1 match that I was behind on, and that was Bellator when I broke the guy's face the second round. Every other time, the opponent got a lead on me, whether like in Jiu-Jitsu, I would lose by like an advantage or something like that. People they don't do shit, but stall. We'll get into that later, I guess. But like, they started out in control, right? But there's only 1 fight that I came back from, So, but before that, you think that if you're in that position, you look at it, you're like, I would do the same thing. You know what I mean? And yeah, I definitely couldn't do the same thing.
The Gray Maynard fights, I think
found it out
they
more
just
than once. I can't do that.
they just define him. The Maynard fights,
He'll never know. Like I always say often, like all of Frankie's biggest fans, they just don't want him to fight anymore. Not because they don't think that he can't. We know that he can. Or like, bro, like, what else are you gonna do? You did this shit already. You know what I mean? Like, just rest, enjoy life. Like, his true fans, they're so happy when he wins, and if he happens to lose, it's not like you're just like, fuck, like you don't care. You love Frankie for Frankie.
Right.
There's nothing that can tarnish his legacy.
But it can't be defined by a loss. I mean, his career is 13 years in the
Not even that.
You know,
there's some guys that if they lost 5 fights in a row,
right, they
would suck.
Right.
That's it. Like, let's say, who's an active UFC fighter right now? Like a younger guy. Who I don't know.
Active younger guy.
Like,
Let's say the motherfucker that just beat you.
Okay, yeah.
Let's say he loses the next 5 fights. Will anybody ever remember his name? No.
He hasn't built a legacy
I
yet.
don't know his name.
I like the guy. Great fighter. Obviously, he's beat some great guys, but has not built a legacy, in my opinion.
Exactly. Well, no.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Frankie could lose 10 fights in a row, but his legacy won't be tarnished. The only thing that people will say is, God damn, Frank, don't you know? You're a motherfucking legend. We don't need to see this no more.
Right.
You're one of the best to ever do it. It's just a fact, you know?
I agree. But the thing is, I don't do it for them, bro.
No, I'm not, motherfucker. I'm not talking about you wanting to continue to fight or not. And by no means am I saying, or I'm saying if you lost 10. Bro, if you're up to like 5 losses in a row, we might have to have a talk.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm no dummy either.
Bro, everybody,
but I mean, you know,
everybody loses.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I think you've done so much to where it's just like, well, no, it's all for you. Like, no, this is the way you. That's just who the fuck you are. You wake up fine.
He really. We sat down here and we probably did 35 minutes after that fight. I know that was tough for him. Probably didn't want to talk about it. Knew he had to address the haters and the fans and everything else. And he really defined it.
I don't address the haters.
You talked about him.
No,
maybe
I don't address them.
All right.
Nope.
All right. Post and ghost. But I think you defined that whole little interview we did was defined by I can't go out like that, and that's
you know, I mean, dude, I just
Can I ask something?
go ahead.
I'm in the same predicament as you. Well, not as Frankie, because Frankie's Frankie.
Right.
But I'm not going to actually get into anything about me. I'm going to ask you. What happens, and I know as a fighter, you can't even think of this or put this into your head. You say you can't go out like that. What if you're forced to go out like that?
Well, yeah, that wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't. So yeah, there could be. It could. Who knows what the future will
what
hold?
I'm asking you is, how do you live?
I'll be okay.
Now let me ask you that, because I was actually curious with that. How long do losses fuck with you?
Forever.
But how bad do they fuck with you? In what way do they fuck with you?
Yeah, I mean.
They fuck you because you care what people think?
Yeah, a little bit. You don't want to admit that. It's more what I think. It's more with the pressure I put on myself. 100% more me. You know, the emotional baggage it brings. Like, it's fucking kind of fucked up for to say this. You know.
It is emotional.
My father, you know, my grandfather and my grandmother passed. They were old. My father died at 63. That's kind of young. That's the only thing I can equate losing to. You know what I mean?
It's not fucked up.
I mean, it is fucked up a little bit.
But,
you know, because really, death is losing ain't shit to death. But that's the only thing I equate it to.
But for you, that's what you could equate it to.
And as most people can't relate to that. It's even tough for me to relate to. I know him very well, but most people, you know, he said, we sat down here and I tried to, as best as I could, get him to tell, you know, the audience like what it takes to be a fighter of that level and what you sacrifice. And he's like, you can't. I couldn't fucking explain it. I couldn't explain it if I wanted to.
I got out of MMA years ago, and I just signed with one. We'll talk about that later, or whatever. Last year I did.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I think in May you signed, but because of COVID that got put on hold?
No, what happened was May I signed. I felt really good. Boom. I threw a punch, and I tore my bicep.
Oh, shit.
So,
It's good. It's good now,
huh?
Full tear, like surgery?
Bro, I tore mine.
Yeah, I can see it's.
I tore mine. Mine went back a little bit. Not bad.
Yeah.
I used a BPC 157.
Took forever.
It's legal. That shit'll change your life. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it helped me to come back for sure. But like it took me, you know. But that was very disheartening, you know. And then I got back into it. I started training hard again, and boom, popped my knee. So I was like, like I want to do this. Like, well, no, I want. am I in love with MMA? Absolutely not. Was the payday they offered me phenomenal? For sure. To come back 1 fight, 2 fights, 3 fights, they treated me well. You know what I mean? And I really like Shotri from 1FC. I love what 1FC does, man. They're just an amazing, amazing organization. When I was there, it was like the level of fans in Asia compared to the USA.
Yeah.
These people are just so thankful.
All the way back to the Pride days. I mean, they were just another level back then, you know?
Bro, there's no booing. There's no hate. It's just everybody's so kind.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, I got a good story about that.
Yeah.
We were in Asia. Gary, because he don't care. Gary's at this Air Force One in the Philippines. It's the most known
strip club. It's called Air Force One.
Is that where Air Force Amy's from?
In the Philippines.
Strip club in blank house. I'm not gonna say. I could say it.
What do they call that? No,
whorehouse? What are you talking about?
Yeah, no. So there's a word for it.
Oh, brothel? Brothel?
Brothel. There you go. Brothel.
So he gives me his man bag, and it says Air Force One. And I'm like, fuck, man, that's awesome. I like fucking Obi Kenobi. You know what I mean?
Air Force One. What the fuck are you talking?
So I go to. It's not Air Force, right?
No, Star Wars.
I'm sorry. It's such a big difference.
Well, I mean, Air Force One is the fucking president's plane. Obi-Wan Kenobi is from Star Wars. Yeah, that's pretty fucking different, bro.
Is it Air Force One?
Yeah.
Look at the big brain on Frankie.
That's not a movie?
It is a movie. Yes, it is a movie.
So
It's a movie. It's a movie about the president's plane. But okay.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. All right. I'll give that one to him. He won. But I didn't take nothing wrong. And I wore it to the fight, and I'm walking around, and I'm chilling. And then one Asian guy was like, "Oh, nice bag." Whoa, yeah. And I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh, you know." And I was like, and I went back. I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" Because he kept talking about the bag. He's like, "Oh, I got it from this place." I'm like, "Bro, I'm walking around with this logo showing in front of tens of thousands of people." And you don't tell me you got it from a bathhouse. You know what I mean?
Bathhouse.
What are you doing?
The Moulin Rouge.
Asia's a different world, bro.
Yeah.
You guys were about to tell a story when you first sat down.
Oh, in Tokyo.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
I fought in Japan.
I was like, whoa, wait till the camera's on. Now I want to hear
I fought in Japan, and Chris McRae. Do you know who Chris McRae?
I know that name. I don't.
He was awesome, dude. Such a good fucking dude, man. He hung out. You know, he lived here for a while. Lived at Jerry's house and my father-in-law's, and he was runner-up at Ultimate Fighter. I forget which season, but yeah, he came. He lived here with fun UFC for a little bit, and yeah.
Where's he now?
He's in Houston, Texas, with his wife and 3 kids. 3 boys. But the dude's just fucking funny ass dude, and he was there in Japan with us. It was me, Chris, Marky Lee, Tom. Who else? Blue, I think.
Blue was there. Steve Rivera, of course.
And Steve, yep. And about Chris.
7 of us in one room, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of us.
And I never smoked. I was always against it. I never smoked, bro.
No, dude. So listen, these guys, look, I'm about to fight, so I can't smoke, you know? And.
Who are we fighting? Japan.
Oh, sorry, Henderson the first time, Benson.
Okay.
And, so McRae and fucking Chris find this weed store of synthetic weed in Japan, bro. Synthetic weed, right? You know, like K2. You know what I'm talking about?
So you have no idea what's in it. It's lace,
no, bro.
shit,
It's
right?
fucking. Yeah. It's like formaldehyde. And shit. I don't know what the fuck it is, bro. It is literally just fucking some chemicals. And they found the fucking spot. This guy's like, I had a little like bodega in the middle, right in the middle of just, like some alley.
You get the language barrier. You have no idea what you're buying.
They found it and fucking. Dude, this dude smokes and he is fucking ripped. Yo, what were you doing? Look at the hand. What were you doing? I don't know what the fuck.
Bro, what happened was my dad just went through some tough times, with his addiction, and I was really bent out of shape, man. And I went to Japan. I was like, I deserve to let loose, you know. But once I smoked, Jesus started talking. It was like, are you sure you made the right decision? And in my mind, I'm trying to justify. And Frankie,
that third eye started opening up.
came in, and I remember I was in the corner, having a full out conversation. Until this day, it may have been a real conversation. I don't know, you know? And he interrupted me, and I remember I was like, don't interrupt me. You're gonna talk to God. You know, something crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just everybody was like, damn, this is fucking out
Yeah,
there.
wild. It was fun. Yeah. And I remember even before you got there, where they got that KT, found that K2 shit, and they were smoking. And we're sitting around. I had like a nice suite too. I think it was like the Ritz Carlton we stayed in. I think.
Was it?
I think it was.
Nice.
And we're like at a very high floor. Japan has mad earthquakes.
Yeah.
It shook.
Oh, you
know
feel
what I mean?
tremors?
It shook. My grand look, we were like, "Yo, is it this shit or is?" I'm like, "No, I felt it. I felt it too. Yeah, that was wild, man.
That's crazy.
Japan was a wild place. I think that's the most different place I've ever been to.
Man, crazy story. Like in the subways, like it's like an underground world in Japan. Right?
Yeah.
There's restaurants, malls, and like we had to walk up a ton of steps.
Yeah.
And it was after the weigh-in. Frankie was fighting the next day, and there's escalators. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating when there was like 12 flights that we walked.
Yeah. For real, it's like it's subways deep. Yeah.
And this dude won't take the escalator, man. He just runs the I'm like, you're fighting tomorrow. Like, what is your purpose? Do you take the escalator now?
No.
What is your issue?
Escalator. I'll take an elevator. I'm not stupid. I'll take an elevator, especially for luggage and shit. But even if like I hate taking elevators, even like if there's stairs close, I'd rather take stairs. If it's like not like 7 or 8 floors, you know what I mean?
I feel like you.
I don't know. I just feel like I got them.
Start dying if you get lazy or something.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know?
Yeah. I saw it. Honestly, you know what? I know when I saw it. I was at Nationals for wrestling, and I remember we're leaving. I fucking didn't place. You know, we're going home, and I remember Koscheck was there. And he was like a 2-time national champ, and fucking he just won nationals. And we're at the elevator, and I see him. Whoop, he didn't take no fucking escalator. He took the stairs.
So that imprinted on your fucking
I'm
brain.
taking the fucking stairs.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy how experiences like that in life will carry with you throughout life? Like just something that you saw that at the time didn't really have a defining moment, but it registered, and it will carry with you forever. It's crazy.
It changes your life.
Yeah.
Just one moment. So people have to understand, like when they're dealing with kids, one moment they can remember.
Oh, yeah.
Time, you know?
Especially when they're young, because everything's a first. You know what I mean? Like everything's a first to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I try not to forget that, man. I'm not trying to profess to be the greatest dad or whatever, but I feel like, you know, presence is always more important than presence. You know what I mean? And the most precious commodity on earth is time. No question that, and that's what I can give my kids. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a ton of them, but I can give them time. You know, so I try to always be there. You know. That's
awesome, and I agree totally, man. I don't understand how some dads are okay not being around
it's
their kids.
mind blowing to me. Yeah.
Like I have to see them all the time. Like they mean the world, you know. Some people are just different, though. I guess. You know, I don't know.
I agree.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
I don't think, generally speaking, father involvement gets enough credit either. You know, as a general rule of thumb, it doesn't. I think dads.
Only if you're a dirtbag is when you get the attention, right?
For sure.
I mean,
yeah. It's always like, you know, media just really depicts the man to be just like a moron. To be honest.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah, they really do it, dumb guy,
Yeah.
It's a huge double standard in many senses. That
It's Roger's got 85% women followers. Yeah, 85%.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
They're like dumb big dumb guys.
Big dumb dudes. Yeah.
I like that.
Big.
How old are you?
45.
Yeah, bro, and he looks young as hell. So
He does. He uses Brotox.
Bro talk, baby. Yeah, got some botulism.
Brotox.
Botox guy?
I've got it before. He acts like I go get it every month. I've got it maybe 3 times in my life.
3 times.
I need to get it, bro.
Yeah.
My face was
Bro, it works, man. I mean,
Fuck it,
why
man. Look
not?
at this. Honestly, like I got so much eye meat.
Even this
From
guy,
getting scar tissue.
who
You know?
who is like the man's man.
Huh?
Why wouldn't you get it?
No, he says when he's done fighting, he'll get shit.
Maybe
I don't know
I
about
will.
Botox,
Yeah,
but he'll get.
So Botox, like, what will it do for me? Because my forehead pissed.
You just have that one really heavy ridge. You got a little like that would probably take. Listen, my girl could tell you. My girl could look at your forehead and be like, "You need this. You need this. You need this." But Botox probably won't fix the huge ones or like here, but filler would. Botox will fix like fine lines and shit, and it'll fix it for like 4 or 5, maybe get 6 months out of it. But filler would fix that crease, you know.
Fucking filler. It's like it's like I just have Chris come and fucking spackle your fucking forehead. All right.
I just do Botox. I've done. Nah, it doesn't hurt. I go maybe twice a year. I go, you know, and I've only done it for a few years.
Why wouldn't we do it?
Listen, man, it's I could come down here and say I never did it. I ain't got nothing to hide. I've done it, you know. So I don't give a shit.
Do you sun your asshole?
No, Jesse does that. Jesse does that. My chick said you should get injections in your lip. And that's where I put my foot down. I was like, there is
But
no.
in your lip?
She said her ex did it. I was like, there is no fucking way I would ever do that. Ever do that. I would never do that. Ever.
Can you do it, please?
No.
Oh, my God.
No. I would never. I would never, ever in a million years. But I don't mind doing my forehead. I'll do that.
Yeah.
You know?
I definitely want to.
Yeah. I'll send you. I'll.
So all right, go back to one though. Like you said, you've been dealing with injuries. Are you gonna try to do it, or where you at with it?
So I'm training consistent. You know, like I don't like the restrictions that they have right now. Right now, if you're gonna fight in Asia, you can only bring one cornerman.
Oh wow.
Right.
And you have to quarantine for like 10 days.
I heard. Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
bro, fighting is hard enough.
Yeah.
I'm not going back
Yeah.
to put myself.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put myself in the worst possible mental situation to
Right.
fight because I don't need it.
Right.
Right. You're doing. Yeah.
So
I
Your
get
school is super successful. You're doing your own thing. Yeah.
Until that shit is like past, I don't even want. I can't go there. I can't fight with one cornerman. I need a crew. I just feel more comfortable with the squad. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I would do it.
So Eddie has got a fight coming up. He's bringing one cornerman.
I don't know. I guess so. Yeah.
Wow.
Different for certain people.
I don't know.
And I wasn't even told that, but that's what it was for guys.
No, I think I heard that. Yeah.
That's what it was for guys.
Because
This-
I don't know.
this guy,
like,
we
he
don't-
needs someone to work out with. So like Mark, I don't know if Mark's gonna go with him because he needs someone to fucking train
That's
with
the
too.
problem. You have to take a training partner or you take a coach.
Yeah. So
Right. It's tough to call.
Hopefully, you have one that fits both. You know.
That's not easy, man.
Yeah.
This guy had to
Especially
quarantine
pads and everything, you know?
in Vegas when he was out there.
Yeah, it sucked too because
And he's only in
I only had
Vegas.
2 corners. You know, someone ended up put a positive.
And we don't.
So I was stuck in that fucking hotel room.
We don't text each other a lot, like once in a blue moon. We were really, and he's texting me out there, and I'm like, what's this fucking Frankie texting me for? I'm like, what? He's like, bro, I'm bored. I'm fucking bored.
Well, I had to Tuesday to Saturday. Couldn't leave the fucking hotel. I mean, I was able, we could take a shuttle to the PI. That's it.
What's the PI?
The Performance Institute.
Bro, how miserable was that?
Oh, bro, it was horrible. I mean, I felt like a bachelor. I was fucking cleaning my one plate. I had the one plate. I kept cleaning the same fucking plate. I cleaned it up, you know, my one fork and shit.
No one was in your room.
No, Ricardo was in the room next door and Mark, but you know they do their thing, you know.
And that's the week where you got to dial in
Like
your weight,
usually, yeah.
and there's nothing to do other than order room service, and you can't do that.
No, you can't. I mean, well, they provide me with meals and everything. So.
Yeah, that exactly. You want to just be eating.
That's crazy. I would be if I was
Dude, I
stuck
just
in a
want
hotel
to
room.
go do something too, like just let me be out.
Yeah.
You can't be outside. Couldn't even get fucking fresh air.
It's crazy.
This guy don't take escalators. You think I'll stay?
Fuck, man. But you know, you got to do what you got to do, I guess, in these times. I didn't have to go to Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi, you have to go to Vegas, quarantine for 24 hours, get a negative test. Then you go on the plane for a fucking 15-hour flight. Then you got to quarantine for 48 hours in Abu Dhabi. Then you can start your fucking week.
I don't know
Fuck
if you
all
know
that.
this about Frankie, but his first fight at 135, which is, by the way, just insane that he's almost 40 years old and he's fighting at his lightest weight class. Usually it's the opposite as you get older. But, did his 6-8 week fight camp, whatever it was, flies to Vegas, gets his COVID test before he flies over to Abu Dhabi. And at the time, Munoz, who he was fighting his first fight in, tested positive. So he did a 6-week fight camp. Couldn't fight because Munoz tested 8-week fight camp. Flew back and did another one back to back at his first ever 135 cut. That's crazy.
People won't understand how tough that is for.
They don't. It's hard for me to comprehend.
As a fighter, little shit can start messing with you. As a competitor, it's like you'll just say in your head, like when you walk, there's always lines in the sidewalk, right? And my thing, like I have a crazy obsessive compulsive disorder where I have to step right in front of the line.
Yeah.
As a fighter, or if you're gonna compete in like 2 weeks, like if you step on that line, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Is that a sign? Like,
Yeah.
you start thinking of weird shit, bro. You know, so when you have to go through all that, you have to go through a battle. Like most humans, to travel like that, they would need 3 days recovery.
Yeah.
They'd have to do nothing for 3 days.
Right.
So you're supposed to do all this madness, and then boom, you're right in the training, and then you fight.
Comes back and does it again.
Different
It's
world,
crazy.
people don't understand how-
But it's just built different. They're just built different, you know?
I don't think I was ever quite built that way.
Yeah.
It's like we want to get it in. Like,
Well, for a guy that wasn't quote unquote built that way, I mean, you had your MMA career. I think you only got 2 losses, right? I mean, you had a successful MMA career. I kind of went through the stats today. I was doing a little research on you. You fought Sean Solomon, which is the famous guy that Rashad Evans head kicked, right? I mean, there's guys on your roster that people would have heard of for sure.
you know, I kind of got I got a little fucked over in the UFC. You know, like
Yeah.
my first fight was 11 days notice, and it was Sweden.
I saw that.
And I pulled out of my Ring of Combat fight later that month because I fractured my ankle. You see the weigh-ins, I'm like so fat, I'm out of shape, you know. I was winning the fight until I lost it, right?
Yeah.
Then my next fight, you think like since I went to Sweden, they would be cool. No, they sent me to Macau, China, which is a 14-hour flight, like a 3-hour ferry, and an hour cab. And that week, Hurricane Sandy hit. You know, and it was my first fight at 85.
Oh,
I fought a dude who had 3 times as many fights. At the end of the day, though, if I would have won that fight, you know, my next fight probably would have been against Glover Teixeira.
Yeah.
And at that time, I wasn't ready for Glover.
Yeah.
You know? So everything happens for a reason.
Sure, of course.
2 tough decisions. They were majority draws, I think, both of them.
Right.
Came back to Bellator, won 2 fights. Got hurt again, hurt my knee, got a cut. That was it for me. Traveled the Jiu-Jitsu world, then one made me a very generous offer. But, you know, I didn't really get like to where I was until after I stopped fighting MMA. Everything opened up for me.
Yeah.
I don't really know what happened. It was like my posts, the corny posts they would make fun of me for making all the time. They finally like caught wind.
Yeah.
People really started vibing with them, you know. So
Yeah.
I did like for 5 years straight. I did 2 seminars a month, you know. And then this year I was like, I'm not doing any seminars right now. I need to relax, so I'm gonna do one in June and August. But yeah, everything got better for me after MMA, you know. So I don't know.
It's funny how things work out sometimes, you know.
It is, you know, and I'm thankful for the experience of MMA. And as far as I know, I am gonna get another one in, you know.
Ricardo has kind of a similar story. We had Ricardo in here. He was just a young kid training in the gym with Henzo. You know, Henzo's like right-hand guy. He was making peanut money and got an opportunity to fight. I believe it was in Pride, right? His first fight, got an opportunity. It opened up, and it really opened his world up after he, you know, after his MMA experience. I mean,
Ricardo's one of the few athletes that in his prime he could still be among the top fighters in the weight class.
I would agree with that statement. Yeah.
Besides Gordon, Ricardo, I wholeheartily believe it. Ricardo could have beat Yuri. Ricardo could have beat Felipe Pena. These are the top jiu-jitsu guys in the world. His game, he would have had a war with Adolfo because his wrestling was phenomenal. He would take down D1 wrestlers. This guy was an athlete.
Yeah, he's an athlete. He's athletic as fuck.
As successful as he was, a 2-time silver medalist in ADCC, and you know, amazing run in the UFC. We never ever saw what Ricardo could do. That dude was so talented, you know, and he was mean too. You know, he had the mentality, but yeah, he had a crazy story.
But even if we never got to see what he could do or be at his best, what he parlayed that into and how successful he is now and how he provides for his family, that's the bigger picture stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's definitely a bigger picture stuff,
his
you know.
success was still among the greatest. 2-time ADCC silver medalist.
Right.
You know, but yeah, you know, parlaying it, he's a very smart man.
So one of the reasons I would have so loved to see Frankie get a fight with Conor McGregor, I wanted that to happen so bad because just the payday and how beneficial that would be to the family and stuff, and it almost happened. It was right there, you know. But
Conor really did it. He wasn't too into fighting, right?
No, then at one point he kind of was, and fucking UFC wasn't into it.
They weren't.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How? I think that's a fight everybody would want to see. No?
Yeah,
I believe.
I could do that right now.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when he was sort of, I'm saying it wrong, calling you out, but when it was in the talks, and he always put respect on your name, but he didn't have a loss at that time, right? He had taken no losses when your name was in the hat.
I mean he's lost before he's been to the UFC, so he has losses.
Well, you're right.
In the UFC,
right. He was on a tear.
Yeah, I don't think he lost it. Yeah.
Do you think Conor beats a lot of people because he gets in their head?
Yes and no. I think Conor's better than people think.
I think he is too.
He has hard. I think he hits.
He's really good. His biggest.
You heard Dustin Poirier says the hardest guy he's ever hit by is Conor. Yeah. And I think too, it's like you don't see it coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, it's different. Like you could brace for a shot. You could take a heavy shot. You don't see it coming. That's when it gets tough.
I wonder if Conor would talk all that shit to you because he really respects you a lot.
Oh, he had the opportunity to when he didn't. So
yeah, no, we had a little back and forth, a little bit here and there, but nothing crazy. I mean, I got respect for him too. I mean, I honestly, my whole thing is like I don't know these fucking guys. I don't know me for a fucking for a hole in the wall. The fuck out of here. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. You can make this like, oh, I don't like him, I don't like that. You can make something.
Well,
people do obviously for for fame or for
I'm gonna ask
entertainment, and I get it. I'm just not good at it.
I'm gonna ask the uncomfortable question now, and we've talked about it before. I know your answer, but because of the position you're in now, and you're at the 135 position, and just the lineup with people. I mean, there are two guys in your division that you are friends with and that you know very well. There's Cody, and Marlon Morales. You know, I mean,
Marias.
Mm-hmm. Is there any way that the UFC you think might pitch them as
no?
They would never do it just because they know.
I mean, dude, I'm especially where I'm at in my career right now. There's no need. I don't need to fight my friends.
Right.
And training partners.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
Frankie, again, man, and it's not because I tell you, man, I still use as a reference to my students. One of the greatest things that he's ever said to me was, "Bro, how do you not get tired in your fight? You probably don't remember this shit. He didn't get tired in fights." He's like, no. He's like, because in training he looks like he's dying sometimes. He looks exhausted. I'm like, bro, how do you fight that hard? He's like, no. He's like, I get tired, but it's a fight. I'm supposed to get tired.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man. It really rung true in my head. That was pretty crazy.
If you're not tired, that's a problem. You know?
I think that's one of Conor's biggest downfalls is his gas tank. You know, if he had a bigger cardio gas tank, I mean, you see him get tired.
I think he's a front runner a little bit, mentally at least.
If he's doing good, he's doing good.
You're doing good, he's the fucking man. You start not doing good, they start second guessing himself.
Yeah.
That's what happened every time in his fights with Nate. I mean, but you know, that second fight with Nate. I mean, he showed some toughness. You know, that was a gritty fight.
That'll get you exhausted.
Right.
That'll
Yeah.
kill you, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like what happened to Adolfo Vieira this weekend.
Yeah.
Adolfo is the one of the most winningest jiu-jitsu competitors in history, and
he got submitted.
By a purple belt.
Yeah. It's just a different ball game. You get tired, man. Tired. What do they say? Fatigue makes a coward out of all men.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've been there.
Everybody has, dude. Fuck yeah. Dude. I've been getting rotated on. And it's like, oh, I can't go no more, man. You just want to quit. You know?
Like that in fights?
Never in a fight.
What, in training?
In training, yeah. I've definitely been like, yo, I think I need to stop. I've been there before.
But do you actually stop, or you tough it out?
I try to tough it out, but I mean, I probably both
stuff. Training partners? A lot of the Dagestan kids.
Yeah, Timur, those guys, Maga.
Timur just won, right?
Super tough, man. Yeah, Timur won. Yeah, look good.
Marlon's back.
No, Marlon is an ATT. Yep. But you know, some of the guys at Nick, some young kids are coming up. This kid Mark Gray. He's this wrestler that I've been training with. He's Mike Gray. Mike Gray is the first 4-time state champ of Jersey. His brother been training with him. He's a stud.
Are you training a lot of jiu-jitsu or just more MMA?
Both. Everything.
I'll tell you, bro. You come to the room right now, it's a different world.
Yeah.
It's a different world. And I actually put out anyone in New Jersey at any weight class, at any belt, I'll put up $10,000 to come and have a submission-only match with my student Calvin. He was a purple belt. In the Pan Ams, he submitted everybody a purple belt, and the Nationalists submitted everybody under a minute and a half. And black belts, whoever wants it.
I saw you just promoted my buddy Anthony. He just got promoted. You got to call him your son. You guys look like, yeah.
So this kid, Calvin, what weight is Calvin?
Calvin's about 210. Right?
210, oh, big boy.
Bro, he takes down D1 wrestlers. He takes down Olympians.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want it, come get it, you know? And then Cameron, 125, I said anyone under 150 in a submission only match, I will give you 10 grand if you beat him, but you got to put up 5 grand. No one did it. But in between that, we have so many guys and girls that are just phenomenal and so talented, man. You know, it's really amazing to see.
It's awesome.
The level is high, you know. So, but we're more pure jiu-jitsu school. Yeah. But I will say, anyone who comes through, you know, it's going to be.
Are your numbers up? They seem. I mean, just watching your posts. I mean, your rooms are packed. You know, obviously, you had the horrible shutdown with COVID, where they wouldn't let you, and then you got to reopen. Did that help? Because people have more time on their hands now. A lot of people are home. A lot of people are working from home. People have more time to go and take a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Did your class numbers go up once you were allowed to open?
We've done better.
Good.
And one of the things I've done where I'm a professional, man. You know, you walk into my school, it's pristine. It's very, you know, it looks good. I always say, if you can't walk into Wall Street and succeed, you can't succeed in any business. So, as soon as COVID hit, I had my guy Anthony Ratinho, like a crazy technology guy, set up like this kind of stuff.
Video. I saw it.
For my Zoom
I saw
classes.
it, yeah.
So we were doing Zoom classes 3 times a day.
I saw that.
60, 70, 80 people. Yeah. We let it open to the family. So even if you're just one paying student, the whole family would come and take the Zoom class. And we thrived. People believe there are so many schools waiting for COVID to pass. Yeah. Oh, it's just going to be the 2 weeks. And they never set up a Zoom class for like 2 to 3 months later. Right. I apologize to say this, but you dumb motherfuckers. What do you think is going to happen in your school? You have me close? You think you're going to keep your students when you're not even running motherfucking Zoom classes?
You got to adapt and overcome, man, yeah.
3 days, 3 times a day, and and we are who we are to begin with that. Like, right down to a point to where I could thrive off name alone, right? We still got to do everything better. Everything has to be perfect. The little details, T-shirts underneath your gis, nothing too crazy, no mismatched gis. Oh, he's trying to run us. No, I'm trying to create uniformity. When people walk in, everybody wants to be equal and everybody wants to feel good. And that's what we do, man, and we do it well. Yeah. We do it really, really well. And as a matter of fact, I'm fairly confident well, I know for a fact that I put out a weekend seminar on how to build your school, your brand. It's going to sell out in less than 10 minutes, man. Like, if you want to run a school, you want to do it the right way, talk to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's just it. Like, really, no one could say anything different. I don't. That's something you can't argue. Numbers don't lie.
Right.
So I know how to run a business, man. When it comes to running a martial arts school, I got a lot of things from Ricardo, a lot, like so much, And I've taken what I've gotten from Ricardo, and then I put my own
twist.
Yeah, like I'm Tom. I'm much different than Ricardo. You know what I mean? We're 2 totally different humans. I'm sure I know for a fact he doesn't agree with everything that Tom is. And that's fine. I still love him as my teacher. That's without Ricardo, I would never have anything. Like, I wouldn't have my academy. I wouldn't have my success. I wouldn't have my skill. So it's like, I don't understand. Like,
well, nobody's a carbon copy, even of their teacher. I mean, you have to put your own.
But they're touching that for jiu-jitsu guys. Like, a lot of people, it's very easy for them to leave their teacher. And nowadays it's a different world. Blue belts would go online and write a Jiu-Jitsu Times article. It wasn't like that when I was coming up. It was tough, man. Only strong survive. Like, if you were a bitch, you wouldn't make it. When I say that, I mean like soft.
Right.
And that's what it comes down to. And nowadays, man, like, everybody wants their place and their say and their voice, and they leave their teacher fairly quick. Like, we've seen it happen at the higher levels a lot. And for me, it's like Ricardo, like, unless he kicked me out, like, yeah, I have my own association, I do my own thing, but man, like, without him, I wouldn't have the things I've had, and it's like, because of the respect that he garnished for himself, being a black belt under him, and for sure I won the things I won because of his experience. Yeah. There's no way around it. Like, if I was at a small school where somebody actually hasn't been in the world championships and ADCC telling me that I could do it, I wouldn't have believed that I could do it.
Yeah.
So him always brainwashing me to believe that I could do it made me do it, but nowadays, man, I think people are too quick to give up on their teacher. You got to understand, you're not always going to agree. There's a ton of stuff that I don't agree with Ricardo on. Well, not now, but like over the years. We've had a ton of issues, but not once did I ever think, like, all right, well, he's not going to be my teacher. Like, how many arguments you have with your dad or your brother? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
No matter what pisses me off about him, like, ultimately, I feed my kids because of the
decisions you make.
I've had. Yeah. We didn't even talk. We haven't talked, not because we're mad at each other. We're just super busy.
Yeah.
We have our own lives. We haven't been in touch in forever, but like.
How long did it take you to get your black belt?
6 years.
6. What would you say I know everybody's different. What would you say the average is?
8, 9 years. But at brown belt, I won everything. I won the Worlds, the Nationals, the Pan Ams. Every tournament you could win at brown belt, I won. So it was kind of hard.
I was there when you got your black belt, wasn't I?
Were you?
Yeah, you and Dante both got it.
Brown belt, did you?
I got my purple that time, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
2009?
Yeah.
How long have you been a black belt for now?
Since 2014 now.
I'm twitching, I'm sorry. don't mind my Tourette syndrome. Who do you think Frankie don't know? Like Frankie, I really don't know how much jiu-jitsu he actually knows.
I know. I never see it. I never get to see him
I
showcase
don't
it.
know if Frankie can sit you down and tell you what jiu-jitsu is, but he's a guy, if you give him 6 months prep before ADCC, bro, he has a run to make it to the medal stand. Like, for sure. You know, like, and it's funny, like, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, like, I love you, Frank, you know, but my knowledge of jiu-jitsu is very, very extensive. He knows jiu-jitsu, but he has a better chance of getting on that podium.
Well, I'm trying to think of a fight where he showcased it. Is there one where you showcase?
Any ground and pound, that's jiu-jitsu, baby.
I guess, yeah. It's kind. I don't know.
To submit this guy, you know, he's just
Cub Swanson.
Pain in the ass, you know. I'll never forget we trained in the gi. And again, I'm probably saying stuff he doesn't remember. We trained in the gi, man, and I remember I had him mounted and he just wouldn't. Like, accept it. Bro, you lost. Stop wiggling, bro. You're never going to get out, ever. No matter how much heart you have.
No quitting him,
I have your gi pinned. Bro, he got up and was, like, pissed that I didn't try to finish. And, like, got off the mat, you know? And I was like, this guy's fucking crazy, man. Like, he truly believes he has a shot and everything.
Yeah. But I think you got to have what he has. I mean, don't you have to have that mindset, you know?
It's a mindset that you know, 99% of humans can't understand.
No, I agree.
But I tell you, I don't know jiu-jitsu and stuff, but I can't explain it. No, I'm not playing. But I take pride in our jiu-jitsu because I feel like we, you know, or at least coming from Ricardo, Henzo, like, bro, I know how to, like, reclaim guard and shit. Like, you guys see guys fighting, like, fuck, like, dude, you guys don't know how to reclaim guard.
If I didn't make it clear, this is me, Tom DeBlass, saying, Frankie will 100% most likely
push that mic in front of me.
He will most likely work you. If you want to train with him, you're most likely not going to win the round. Again, I don't know how the fuck he's doing it, but he's finding a way. So you have to know a little bit of something to be able to do that. You know, it's no easy thing with him. You know.
I think we have like you said, because of Ricardo. You know, obviously it's all because of yourself. It makes you successful in the end, you know. But of course you have people that help you and guide you and all this, and because of Ricardo and that, I think a lot of New Jersey, because of Ricardo and Henzo picked New Jersey, we benefit from that.
Different breed,
you know. No, we benefited from that. You
because
know?
just
you have that umbrella to be under.
Where it started, bro. Started with them too.
Yeah.
Well, they technically started in New York, right? And then
Philly.
Oh, was it Philly? Yes.
Yeah, Philly first.
Henzo's. Yeah. Yep.
Ricardo was he was a very unique man. Well, he is. You know, he has he was actually one of the elite in his school, and he was invited to go to some elite school, but he didn't want to because of jiu-jitsu.
Right.
You know, Ricardo is Ricardo. His brother is his brother. Henzo is Henzo. They're all very different. You know, I think Ricardo is a mix between them both. You know, he has the education, but he does have the grittiness of Henzo. He is he's a tough guy, man. Like, he was always you know, now he's older, but he was always about it. Like, you weren't gonna punk out Ricardo, for sure. I have some stories that I won't even say.
Please do.
I wish I could, but you know, but yeah, there's some good ones with him, man. Interesting times.
So, what's next on the horizon for Tom DeBlass? What are your? I mean, I know you.
Will we see you at One Fight Championship?
Well, we know that, but I mean, I feel like we'll get there. But like, what's your 10-year goals? Because I feel like you're a pretty goal-driven person, goal-oriented person.
I always laugh when people online call me stupid because I may be the most calculated man that you ever meet. Fun fact: anyone I'm close to that knows anything about me, I have evidence for anything wrong they've done in their life for the last 10 years. Because I don't trust people.
Yeah.
You know? I'm not stupid, and I do plan. And the thing is, for me, I never thought about money. I just thought about helping people. A lot of people will say, you know, he's cocky, he talks about himself. Yeah, I kind of got to tell you, I do love me. I don't mind being me. It's just I'm a confident guy. But I want people to love themselves as well. And I say that with sincerity. I'm not happy, for sure, with the way the world is going. I think there's a lot of things.
I don't know how anybody could be.
But they are.
Yeah.
They are.
Are they, though, really?
Yes. Some people want to be fucking locked up and told what to do.
Really?
Yeah.
I think they were miserable before, and they saw other people's contentness and
People
happiness.
want to be
I
like
said, I
this,
want to bring
bro.
you
There's
down
no-
to
that's
my
the
level.
only
I'm
explanation it could
unhappy.
be.
So now you're on my level, and that makes me. I don't think it even makes them happy. It makes them
I think
content.
there's a lot of people secretly happy for businesses to fail. You
Oh,
know?
Yeah.
no question.
Fuck yeah.
The socialists, the people that want
Not
us
even
all
that.
on the
People
same
that
fucking,
thought about opening a business and have the balls to.
Yeah.
How about that?
Right,
You know?
right.
There's
Yeah.
so many. Let me just answer one question. I can get right, and then I'm going to answer it quickly. I want to help as many people as I could. In order to help as many people as I could, my following needs to keep growing. Instagram, stop fucking with me. But if you don't, we're going to find a way. I do believe in the man above. I believe in his purpose, and everything happens for a reason. You know, it's crazy. Since my Instagram has been shadow banned, I'm getting I used to get 30,000 searches a week on my profile. Now I'm up to 100 because people are like, man, I don't see Tom. 100,000 people a week are searching for my profile because I've been.
What is your at? Just tell the people.
At
So
Tom DeBlass.
at Tom DeBlass.
But I've been hitting, man, since October 1st. I still do well, but there's still a lot of people in my feed that don't see me. But I just want to help.
And it's because essentially, or we think it's because you'll never get a reason. You weighed in heavy with your opinion on the hypocrisy of the business shutdowns and COVID and how it related to you. Right.
And I was in the Save the Children. Here's the thing, man.
Yeah. That hashtag is
There's millions of kids that go missing a year.
800,000 kids in the United States a year go missing.
And I was talking.
That's mind blowing.
And there's literally proof of some crazy shit that's happened, and I was talking about it. Thinking it's Tom gave up on Save the Children. No, they deleted every single one of my posts.
That's crazy, bro.
To do with kids.
Yep.
And I was shadow banned for tweets. There's been times I couldn't even log on Instagram. And then it is what it is, man. It's their platform. They allow what's what.
I just posted a picture of my back, which in my opinion is fucking patriotic and American as fuck. It's a huge "Don't Tread on Me" tattoo with the snake. It's like a new school kind of Americana. I just posted a picture of it, and they I guess so many people reported it as, I don't know, hate speech or whatever. They fucking took it down.
How's that hate speech?
I don't get it. I don't know.
Isn't that part of the "Don't tread on me" is like an American saying?
Yes,
right?
of course. Yeah, don't trample my rights.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't say shit.
Wild times.
So for me, it's if I talk about it, I'm kicked off Instagram. So, you can only do what you can do. If I have no presence at all, I'm basically non-existing. Where's Trump? We haven't had a social media presence.
Isn't that crazy? If they
is.
don't like what you have to say, they take the platform away from you.
This shit is
And they hide behind that it's a private entity, and they have the right to do that.
But if you go, and listen, I'm not even political, man,
Right.
at all.
Right.
But it's again, hypocrisy. If you come into my business, there's certain rules I have to abide by.
Right.
Why don't they gotta abide by the same?
Right.
Everybody should abide by the same. Don't tell me about a motherfucking mask if it's a private business.
Right, yeah, right.
Oh, but you're hurting people, putting people at risk. Okay, silencing people, you're hurting them as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Goes both ways, right?
It's a wild time, man. And
Do you see Florida is passing some sanctions now, where they'll if you deplatform a public running official that's running for a public office and you deplatform them, the state of Florida will fine you $100,000 a day until that is reestablished.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't
So
think it's passed yet, but they're trying. DeSantis is trying to pass it.
So yeah, but will that hold?
DeSantis seems
Who
like
knows?
he and Biden are not friendly at all.
I don't think so.
He said, "Dude, I'm gonna go fuck himself or some
They're
shit."
trying to ban
If you took California,
Yeah, dude, that's
and
crazy, bro.
and
that's
if-
fucking crazy, man.
if you took
You know
California,
that, right? You know that, right?
What?
They're trying to ban travel to Florida.
I know how fucking insane
What,
is that?
You're trying to hurt a whole fucking one of our states of our country?
and
I
there's
don't
still-
get it.
The right to freely travel is like one of our God-given rights.
I don't believe in that.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the governor not cooperating.
Right.
I know. Yeah, I know. Fuck that.
Everything California is, Florida is the exact fucking opposite. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I truly mean from the bottom of my heart, guys. I respect your opinions and whatever it is. I might not respect them, but I'm not gonna hate you.
Right. Same.
But if you don't like what I say, I don't give a fuck, man. I didn't get to where I am in life by caring.
Why would you not be
Yeah.
you? Why would I not be me? These are my beliefs. To me, they're fundamentally sound and they make sense. You don't have to agree. and that's why we have a democracy and we vote, and so.
It's funny. I had a little bit of vodka, and some people get silly, but there's certain things that I actually could talk about, and you should talk about it in a podcast. But I realize if I do, it can literally be used against me for life. And it's just literally common sense. Like, I just want an equal playing ground for everybody.
Sure.
For everybody, I want equal. Gay, transgender,
Agreed.
male, female, black, white.
We're including you, Raj.
Here we go.
Equal for everybody.
Right.
That's all I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I always say over politics, whatever my political views are. I do believe that I'm a humanitarian above that. You know what I mean? I want the best for all people, no matter, just like you said, what your gender is, what your race is, what your religious belief is. I think that this is America. It's the melting pot. It's supposed to be, that is what it's supposed to be. And I'm a humanitarian above everything else. I want the best. That doesn't mean that I'm not passionate about my points of view or my political, standpoint. But I think that being a humanitarian is what we should all be first and foremost.
Well, and that's the thing. And the thing is, I can't even really comprehend how you would judge somebody for their color. Like, here's the thing. It's funny because if I sit here and say no, my best friends in high school were black, people will be like,
oh yeah, you'll get crucified just for saying that. You'll get crucified just for saying
let's
that.
talk about it.
Yeah.
The dudes that I could rely on in high school, they were black.
Yeah.
I hung out at Magnolia Gardens. This was my spot. And these guys were the most loyal fucking dudes that you would ever meet. I'll never forget my one buddy, Kwan. I was about to get jumped by his cousin. I looked in the crowd. All my white boys were standing there. Kwan is the one who stepped in to defend me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love them like my family. So for me, I can't understand racism. Yeah. I do understand other people do have it. It does exist.
It definitely exists. No question. No question.
Yeah.
Both ways for sure.
Right.
And you can't even, it's not even a question.
Blindly labeling individuals as racist is bothersome to me.
100%.
Because you don't know, if you don't know anything about that individual, what right do you have to just blindly label them with zero facts or proof?
And that's the thing, and we can't deny the racism that has been present.
No question.
Among African Americans.
No question.
Now, my thing is this: we say it takes cycles to break a habit, right? Like as families, my dad was a drug addict and alcoholic. That I would be maybe, what did I say? They say child molesters. Most child molesters were molested, right? So if only a few generations ago, black people were under the rule of these cock-sucking white people, it's not that easy to break. Do I believe laws and stuff are very equal for everybody nowadays? I do. Do I believe there's a disadvantage because of systematical things that have happened in the past? That I don't believe it's as present today. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I believe many are at a disadvantage because I can't say my grandfather or my great grandfather was a slave. Mm-hmm. And if I could, me being me, knowing who I the fuck am, I would probably be angry because I'm a little crazy. Mm. So there's some things that
I think disadvantages come in all shapes and forms, but from a race perspective, I agree with you totally. Yeah.
Well, my ancestors, I have Saxon blood and Viking blood, and in England is where we became Vikings. We only became Vikings because the Finns and the people from Norway, they invaded our land, they raped our women, they killed our men, they impregnated our women. And there's a half Viking, half Saxon, right? So suffering has been around forever.
Oh, yeah, no question.
And I don't know the answer for everything. But what I do know is this. You can't expect something out of someone that knows something about nothing. My kids don't know anything but
right. Correct.
Don't expect anything from my kids.
Correct.
Because I didn't grow up easy.
Correct.
No one in my family grew up easy. My mom actually grew up in the projects of East Orange when the riots were going on. So as a little white girl, it wasn't easy for her. You know what I mean? So my kids don't know anything, so you can't really... I want them to know their history, but I want them to not look at anyone less than or more than or feel sorry. I want them just to look at everybody as everybody.
History is becoming confusing.
I think kids do that pretty good.
They do.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Yeah, we fuck it up. You're right.
Yes.
People fuck it up. Yeah, you're right. I think kids do that. You see young kids, they don't see
Well,
skin color.
they're not born knowing that. That's an influence from their parents. Yeah.
And
It's good. I mean, I don't know. Like, there definitely is systematic racism. It exists, but the only way it can get better is by us, by how we raise our kids, right? I mean, that's the only way it could be.
Yeah.
Well, what's happening now is often people are just being pitted against one another.
Okay.
That's what they want, though. They want us fighting with each other, so then the people that are really manipulating everybody could do what they want.
Dumb motherfuckers not see that.
I know.
I don't. That's what's mind blowing to me. How every 4 years it becomes a pivotal thing in the media. Every 4 years. Well, it's weird. It's odd that it would just be every 4 years. It becomes a main
Now
focal
it's
point.
getting riots are happening now because of it. It's fucking crazy, bro. You just wonder, what's 2024 gonna be? Is it gonna be fucking even more wild? Like, where are we headed here?
Bro, I was locked and fucking loaded. Like
I always am.
Recorded, like I wasn't fucking around, dude.
I always am locked and loaded.
Like people are like, oh, you're in Lacey, you shouldn't be border. Okay, Atlantic City, 35 minutes south of me, got destroyed. And a lot of it was by...
Not for that reason. That's not why I'm locked and loaded. I just think it's good to be prepared.
No, for sure.
The one time in your life, if you lived 70 years, there's probably one time in your life where you're going to wish you were, and I want to be.
I can't even understand how people can be against it.
I don't either.
There's other people out there carrying.
Correct.
Right? Like, no matter how tough you are, somebody comes in with a gun, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Oh, but you have a knife? Oh, okay, come on.
I don't know why this reminded me, but you were, this is going back a year or two. You posted a video, and he was a drunk guy, and clearly you did the right thing. But, I just kind of, if you could walk me through it, you were at like a Target or a Walmart, and there was a drunk guy there talking absolute shit to you, like wanted to fight you. And you were recording this guy, and you literally turned the phone around and said, listen, man, like I could clean this guy's clock, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wish him a good night. I'm going to tell him I wish better things for him, or something to that effect. And I'm going to walk away, And he was looking for it. He was looking for a problem.
The reason it was recorded was he was so aggressive, I didn't know what was going to happen. So if I was forced to slam him down or something happened, he ended up getting fucked up, I wanted there to be proof.
Yeah.
So I broke up a fight with he and another person. Like, the person didn't want anything to do and wasn't a fighter. He was trying to fight him. I'm like, bro, shit ain't going to happen when I'm around. Like, knock it off. Like, you're not going to fight him, you're going to fight me. So he walked back to the entrance of Walmart. I went to my car. I came back. He had his shirt off and was like pacing, waiting for me. And I'm like, oh, bro, here we go. But he was an older guy.
Yes, you would have killed the guy, but still, he wanted it. It wasn't you that wanted it. He wanted it.
He did want it. But a part of me thinks it's almost like somebody making him believe they're reaching for a gun against the cop.
Yeah, like suicide by cop.
Put
Yeah.
them out of their misery.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And for me, I understand what it's like for people to be addicted, and if my father ever got out of hand, I would hope no one would take advantage of him.
Right.
I will tell you, I have some friends that don't fuck around. Me myself, like, I would have no issue whatsoever really hurting a bad person. It's not a question, it's a fact, right? Like, but if you're not built for it, if you're a nice guy, like, I don't want any problems with you. I don't feel good about bullying you or hurting you. If you are different and you're like, if that guy was a guy built like you, right? Or if he was you, no.
Light in the loafers?
If it's a dude,
You lobbed that in, and Frankie was fucking swinging at that all day.
if it's a dude that looks 30, but he only looks 30, but he only looks 30 because of Botox.
I don't.
Like, bro, you're gonna get after it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not walking away from.
Hey, whatever damage you did, I could go get fixed with some Botox. So.
I'm sitting here, my head looks like a nutsack, and this guy fucking
Smoothed out, bro.
But not raw. I probably haven't had it in months and months, so it's probably a little wrinkly right now. We'll get it fixed. Don't worry. I'll take you with me, buddy.
I gotta get it fixed. I'm a little self-conscious lately. My face just starts getting. And it doesn't help the sport that we do.
I was gonna say it's gotta.
I've been fucked up.
Your face is
They say,
constantly getting fucking.
my face looks like a catcher's mitt.
Yeah, beat me for 1 week.
yeah, right.
They're putting cucumbers on their face and shit. We're getting grinded and punched every day. Dude.
Yeah.
Nah. Roger does the cucumbers.
No,
He doesn't cut them up though. He doesn't cut them up though.
that was actually a good one, man. That might be your best one. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good.
You know, the longer this goes, the more fucked you.
That's great.
No, Roger's actually known for being a tough dude, man. And around this way is different. Like, people don't get it, right? Like, bro, it's not like...
We talk about that a lot. Frankie does. And I'm not a New Jersey native. I grew up in Maine. Yeah, hit me. I grew up in Maine, but I've been here 23 years, so I consider myself a Jersey guy now. But people are not afraid to throw down around here.
Like,
They're not. Seaside is like the proving ground of masculinity. Like it is.
And Frank will talk shit because I'm from Bayville, but all my Bayville, I love you guys, and I know you're about it. It's different.
Yeah.
What is Central? The Tigers? No, what are they?
It's the Eagles.
The Eagles, Central Eagles.
You know, we're all white boys of that.
Yeah.
We've all had friends that fucking OD'd.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
this area, bro? Come
We
on.
got friends that are in jail.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers murder people. Like,
Yeah.
you don't get it. You know, it's not the hood, of course, but the people from here are built a little different.
Yeah.
They are.
They
Got
definitely
that
are. I
chip,
agree.
bro. Got that chip.
This ain't
You know?
This ain't me.
Plus, I feel no, it's not. Not that people aren't. You know, people don't throw down up here, but you know, I think the difference is
You steal
here.
someone's lobsters in Maine?
Yeah.
You're fucking in trouble, bro.
I think the difference is here and New York, Jersey, New York. It's so fast paced. Shit pops off real fucking quick, bro. Real like shit will go from calm to like you're throwing fists in 2.5 seconds. We're in Maine. I feel like it was a little more laid back. Like, yo, bro, I'll go outside. You want to go outside? Let me finish this beer. We'll go outside. Well, you know what I mean? Down here, it's like,
You want a shot? You want a shot? Fuck, let's take a shot.
Frankie told me a long time ago at the airport, because I don't really have, dude, like, yeah, we're from Jersey. I don't have a lot of guys that have tried to fight me. If someone like walked in front of him or something, and he's like, bro, you'll never know what it feels like to be short. Like, if people test me all the time.
Yeah, they do.
no, I disagree. I mean, I'm not saying that's not true, but if you're a big guy, like I feel like in the club, if you're a big
I'm
guy,
saying, listen.
people feel like they got nothing to lose. They're gonna, especially with drunk muscles and shit.
yeah, maybe,
they always want to
But
challenge the
I'll tell
big
you
guy
what.
because they're like, "Fuck, nobody expects me to win anyway. If I can dump this guy on his head, I'm gonna look like a fucking hero." You know?
Yo, no, on a plane, bro. On a plane, you sit next to me on a plane, you're gonna be like, and like my thing is this.
That's
This
the
is
shit right there. That's what he gets mad about.
yeah. Yo, but this is my thing, right? Listen, if I'm in the middle seat, I should get both fucking rests. Because you're in the middle. You're fucking stuck. This person's got an edge. This part, he gets the guy on the left gets the left arm. You should get both.
I don't
but you
know
know
that
what?
I disagree with that.
I think that's fair. I think it's fair.
Yeah.
But honestly, I can't do this because it hurts. It make my hands go to fall asleep. So I do that anyway.
Bro, so do
It makes my hands fall asleep. I don't know. Yeah, it makes my hands fall asleep. I have to go like this.
I'm paralyzed.
So, but if I'm like on the edge, like, yo, but dudes bump me off all the time, man.
Really?
All the time.
I don't
bro.
think I disagree with that. I think.
No, but as we look, there's
I think just if you're a big guy, it's harder to not like.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're like what, 5'4.5"?
So funny. What are you, fucking 5'10", fucking 300 pounds? All right, all right.
He gets very angry. See, this is what I mean. This is how shit pops off in Jersey, right
I
here.
actually, as a businessman, did this on purpose to show you who he is.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about the entire time, like that I'm sitting down, my belly is out. I'm thinking,
Shit.
I'll take my motherfucking shirt off.
I'm not taking mine off.
No, but no, I agree with you. But I think a lot of people lack common courtesy, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
But here's the thing, though, even in New Jersey, like,
no question, man.
people ain't about it unless they no matter where you are, unless they really think they could win. Like, I remember not too long ago, man, like a dude cut me off bad, and like I beeped, and he freaked out, and my kids were in the back seat. He got out of the car. I'm like, bro, like, really, my kids are here. The only reason I got out of the car is because
You don't want someone walking up on you like that.
right.
walking up and trap me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was very calm. I said, listen, my kids in the car, I'll take your fucking life if you come towards me.
Yeah.
I'll kill you, motherfucker.
Yeah.
He didn't want it, you know? And then he pulled him to the gas station, so I followed. And I got out and I said very nice to him. I said, what was your goal? Oh, you did this, you did that, you gave him the figure. I was like, if you get out of the car and you accost me, I can kill you. Do you really want to go this route? You know what I mean? So he didn't want to go that route. I feel a lot of times, like, right, if you're not immediately pulling out that gun, but even if you have that gun, if you're willing to pull it, a lot of people back off and they think they'll lose.
Listen, let's talk about this real quick. I know Frankie saw the video because I sent it to him, and it was hard for me to watch, man. I don't have the stomach or the
I almost
mental.
think it was fake,
No,
bro.
it was not fake, bro. It's 100% not fake. Pennsylvania. I don't know.
see it?
I don't know where it was. Two neighbors, right? It's a husband and a wife, and there's another guy who younger across the street, and it's just a security camera. That's all you see. But it
Like
has
a ring camera.
Yeah, but it has. Well, it's high up. I don't know if it was a ring camera.
Whatever.
Maybe whatever.
Fucking camera.
It has volume, so you can hear what they're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It had volume too. I
And-
don't know, bro.
Bro, it's all over the news. It's
I know,
fucking
but I
everywhere.
still think, dude. All right, so they're fucking arguing, and they're like, "Fuck, you're a pussy. You're a fuck." That's why.
It starts off with the guys arguing, the
Right,
husband,
yeah.
and they're shoveling snow. It's over snow. They're fighting over fucking snow. That's what they're arguing over.
Maybe.
Well, that's the story, you know.
Okay.
So anyway, it gets a little heated. They start motherfucking each other, and the younger guy walks off, and the husband is like,
You're a pussy.
You're a pussy. You
Yo,
know I'll fuck you up.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. Stop running your fucking mouth.
The
You say
kid-
two. If you aren't fucking fighting after fucking fuck you,
Right.
that's it. It's done. It's got to be done. You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid. I can't stand the you're a pussy. You're a pussy. Fighter don't.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but the guy definitely didn't deserve what he got.
No. Well,
So
if it's real,
it is real. So this neighbor, the younger guy, you could tell he was on the younger side. Enters the camera range again, goes in his garage,
Holding
and then
a fucking handgun.
And he's holding the fucking. Well, you don't see it at first. He kind of got it down to his side, and he comes back out, and
Yo.
the guy is still barking at him like, "Yo, motherfucker!"
But then he goes, boom, boom. He fucking shoots the guy first, right?
No, well, he pulls up and just
Starts
unloads.
the guy, the girl, boom, boom. The guy's like, ah,
Yeah.
weird. It's weird. The woman doesn't even fucking run. She goes, boom. He walks up to her point blank, fucking shoots her in the head, bro.
She's still moving.
And she's still alive talking. Then people come out. Oh, no.
I don't know about
then
talking, but she's
dude,
making
yes,
noise.
she was.
Making
She was
noise.
the people, remember the people came out? Like the neighbors came out?
That wouldn't bother me.
And then he goes back in. It just because
There was
that's
no blood either.
They're
That's what's
parents,
crazy.
I'm sure. I'm watching two people exist to live anymore who didn't deserve to. Listen, I could watch a child molester get fucking burned alive all day. These people didn't deserve to die, you know? So he goes back in and gets an AR-15, comes back out and point blanks both of them in the fucking head. Point blanks them. And then yells at the woman, "You should have shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then you don't see what happens. He goes in. Oh yeah, I can send it to you. It's tough to watch. But then he goes back in, and you don't see this part. He caps himself. You know.
Now, when I say that would be hard for me to watch, this is totally different. Like, I would feel terrible for these people. This would be horrible.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it doesn't affect me if I see someone get shot in their head. But if they're knocked out and stomped or punched, that makes me feel weird.
Really.
That gives me like. I don't like to hear the sound.
Heebie-jeebies.
I don't like to hear the sound of the hit if you're knocked out.
I could watch that all day. Because I know the person's going to survive.
Well, you don't know. You don't know.
Curb
stomp somebody?
Yeah, well,
So
that's
you can
different.
watch-
That's different.
Oh.
He's probably talking more professional.
No. I mean,
You're
like,
talking
we see
on the
these
ground?
fucking-
Yeah.
I don't even want to say the word. You don't even deserve my fucking attention. You see these certain videos where like people are getting
Face to death and shit.
after they're knocked out.
Yeah.
Like, that just ain't me.
Yeah.
Like even if we're
Well, that's
if we're enemies,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm gonna like tie you up and do weird shit to you.
Ooh.
But I'm not.
Roger might like that.
Here we go.
There has to be some gay shit that went on with Roger that I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's just
Yeah,
Frank.
that's what people think.
He got nothing.
That's
He's
the
got-
rumor.
He's got old jokes, Botox jokes, and gay
Hey,
jokes.
that's
This is his
on that
go-to.
Reddit thread.
Yeah. That was a bunch of Karens.
Oh, dude.
No, but honestly, the reason I didn't think okay, it could very well be real. But I'm saying the reason it made me suspect is the guy came out with a fucking gun. They were just like, yeah, what? The guy's like, boom. He's like, oh, run! Oh. It was just fucking
Well,
very
he's yelling,
weird.
call the
Whatever.
police,
It was
call the
fucking
cops,
weird.
call the cops.
Still fucking weird.
What?
Okay?
Because he watched too many movies.
No,
bro.
he shot her in
He
the
watched
fucking
too many-
head. He shot her in the fucking head,
He did,
bro.
but we don't.
Okay,
we
He
don't know
shot her in
where
the
she got hit in the head. She
Whatever,
got hit in the
bro.
jaw.
I don't
we
give
don't
a
know.
fuck, dude. She was still talking.
You
There
watched too many movies.
There was no
You watched
blood
too many
whatsoever
movies.
on the ground.
Could have been a 22. We don't know what the gun was.
Could've been,
You
yeah,
watched too many movies.
You want to see it?
Oh God, you don't want to see it.
Pennsylvania neighbor shooting. Pennsylvania shoots neighbor.
Yeah.
3 Pennsylvania neighbors.
It's about
Yeah.
a 2-minute long video, and you think it's over, and he comes back out with an assault rifle. It ain't over.
We keep talking. I'm about to
Yeah,
find this
no,
shit.
check it.
But it's like, yeah, I mean, but here's the thing though. People also have to know, like, there's people out there with nothing to lose. But I understand that. Like again, like, listen, if you want to come to my school and challenge me to a fist fight, I'm all about it. If you want to come up behind me and shoot me in the head, please don't do it.
Right.
I'm tough for that. I'm not tough for
Right.
that.
Yeah, well, obviously. I mean, I don't know. That head might be able to withstand it.
That's why I was talking so much shit about my head. I have the video on now. It's only a minute long.
Oh, that's it?
It can't be a minute. It's gotta be longer, right?
Yeah, but I don't see any. There's no sound and shit like that.
Oh, there definitely was sound on the one I saw.
Yeah, I can't see much, but he comes out. I'm not gonna even go into this because this will be boring for the viewers while I'm watching this.
But yeah, you afterwards.
Watch it later, yeah.
I have to piss so bad, but I want to wait just a minute because I don't want people wait. Do you guys edit it out when people piss?
No, we'll wrap.
We're gonna bring the camera in and we're gonna watch it all.
USADA. But do you think like that?
This guy knows me. Do you think I'm afraid to have you guys watch me piss?
Am I afraid? No.
I'm afraid to watch
I think
you
you'll
piss.
fucking enjoy it a little bit. I think he'll enjoy it a little bit. He'll want fucking Roger to whisper in his ear while he's pissing.
Sweet nothings. Sweet nothings.
Tom is on that train as well. I gotta watch what I say because I'll wake up tomorrow and I'll see like what kind of animal I am.
Maybe people will team up Reddit, Roger and Tom Reddit thread.
I need it, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I would find it hard to believe you take more hate than me, but it's possible.
No,
reality TV people get a lot of hate.
Yeah, bro, and you have a bigger following. And a lot of your personal life is there.
Yeah. I didn't have the cleanest divorce ever.
That was rough, bro. I felt for you, man.
Yeah. No, listen, man. I don't feel for me at all. That I brought a lot of that on myself, and didn't do things the right way. I don't want to talk about it again because we talked about it on the first episode. But I learned a lot from it, and if you have an experience like that and you don't learn from it and you don't grow from it, you did yourself no justice.
Never would I be such a bitch to even bring anything like that.
Nah, I'm an open book, man. But we covered it in detail.
My issue is like, for me, I think I actually baby my kids too much. You know what I mean? Like, my kids need to feel some kind of pain.
I know. I talk about this a lot too, because we give our kids good lives. They don't know what they don't know what it's like to have that disappointment and stuff like that, or bad stuff.
They ain't built for it.
Like,
and think about this. Think if you're
almost like, I need to go hit Renee in front of him. You know what I'm saying? No, just a joke. It's
a joke. But here's the thing. Would your kid, with the shit that they experience, stand across from you at 13 years old and beat that ass? No, because they're not built for it, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, can they overcome the weakness?
Right.
This is how I feel. Right? This is how I feel.
Because the hardest things. Go ahead.
Honestly,
sorry.
Like wrestling teaches that, or jiu-jitsu teaches that, especially if they compete. It teaches the sacrifice and the disappointment. You know, if they put a lot into it and they lose a match, that fucking disappointment is tough to deal with. Maybe not so much as seeing your fucking dad being a,
Were they at the fight?
Growing. What's that?
Were they at your fight?
Who? My kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were in Vegas. Yeah. Not at the fight, but in Vegas.
And that's the thing, though. Here's the thing: can our children still feel the same kind of experience through us? Through us, my daughter watched the matches.
Yeah, I do. I think they in some way, but the feelings you have are just totally different than everyone else has, because it's you in there, and the only way you can get those feelings is by being that person. Yeah. But they could definitely learn from it, just like you can learn from your students or from your teachers or from your peers. You can learn from them a little bit, but not as much as when you're the subject.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
World, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird as parents. We're all fathers. Whatever adversities you strive through in life, whether it be poverty or whether it be a tragic death in your family or whatever, you want to make it better for your kids. You don't want your kid, but then are you making your kids softer? All the things you went through that made you and made you the person you are you making your kids softer by them not having to experience any of that? I think about that all the time. My kids live a much better life than I lived when I was a kid. I don't know about better life, but a much more entitled life than I had when I was a kid. And are they softer because of it? Probably.
Yeah. I tell my dad, he has so much regret. And I'm like, you don't understand, man. Like, if I didn't see the shit that you suffer with, it would have been me. I have a very addictive personality. One day you guys will know it all. But, I have a lot of demons, man. My mind, it's bad sometimes, I definitely sometimes are on the verge of like sociopath or psychopath or whatever. And don't worry, I'm not that stupid to have you motherfuckers hold this against me. But I am different. My mind is different sometimes, you know. And if I didn't see it with my dad, I would have been him, but worse. Because literally, like, for me, when people talk about death, like, there's different fears. My fears are different than him. I don't want to be Frankie. I don't want to be... I can't imagine living MMA. How long have you been in this now?
Shit, 16 years.
I can't do it. The fear of losing, if I come back for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 fights, that's fine. I'm not coming back till I'm 50 years old. The fear of losing, it's crippling to me. But if I didn't have kids, you put a gun in my head and say I'm going to pull the trigger, what are you going to do me a favor? What are you going to do? Put me out of my misery?
Yeah, that's interesting. You say
I have no fear
that.
about that. You know what I mean? Fucking kill me, bitch. Do it.
But you that's not your reality. You have children, so that's not your reality.
Now it's different. Only because of that. And I can say this with sincerity because I've had machetes held to my throat.
Yeah.
I was in the wrong neighborhood at the wrong time, and it's happened. I put myself in situations where I know subconsciously
Machete? Where were you, in the Philippines?
No, bro, I was actually in Magnolia Gardens.
Oh, shit. Lots of stories about that place.
What are you doing over here, white boy? You know, and it was held to me, you know, and I didn't really think that he was going to do it. You know, I know he was doing it to fuck around. I thought, but a part of me was like, man, like this could be. Back
then, I don't know how you weren't built to fight back then. You didn't have that pedigree in you.
I was scrappy. Yeah. No. I didn't know how to. I thought I knew how to fight, but I didn't. I was always pretty quick on my hands.
See, this guy's got, and I always fought. I grew up fighting and stuff, but this guy's got fucking stories about like his cousin Darren. You know, like at 6 years old, like, yo, fight this kid, and he's always been a gamer.
People don't know Frankie.
I know, but I just worry, like, is he gonna, and he's gonna get pissed. He's gonna get annoyed. I say this, but is he gonna be my age? Is he gonna be 45, 50 years old and fucking dragging his leg behind him because the fucking extent of the damage,
third leg maybe,
that he's put his body through. I mean, the guy's never had an easy fight.
Can we hold this thought?
Yeah.
A little tipsy.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta take a look. Yeah, go ahead, man. I'll pick on Frankie. I'll make gay jokes.
But why would you want to speak bad about yourself?
I don't
look at this guy. It's like what's that movie where she's like going through the lasers?
Guys, we got right? Angelina Jolie, wasn't it?
No, Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yes.
Catherine.
Yeah. So guys, you can't see where the camera is and the lights. We got just enough room in here to make this happen, and you got to like slide out behind the camera to go take a leak.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, Michael Douglas, didn't he get cancer in the mouth from?
That's what he claims. Yeah. He said not her box. I think. Yeah. He didn't specifically say her.
Bro, HPV.
Yeah, but that's what he said. How crazy is that?
Damn.
I don't know how much, and why would you say it? What is the need to say that?
No, did they get divorced? That's probably why.
Oh, I don't know. I thought he said he just generalized like over the years.
He's probably a joke. Had to be a joke. No?
I think it was pretty serious. I think he was pretty serious with it. He was. I think.
His dad was a fucking actor. His dad was Spartacus. You know that?
No, I did not.
Pretty sure.
Really?
I might be wrong, but I think so.
I didn't know that.
I think so. Her dad was in Spartacus. Yeah.
Nope, I didn't know that. I don't. Michael Douglas. Was he in
Black Rain?
No. What was the one where what's her name spreads her legs?
Oh, Basic Instinct.
He was in that, right? Yeah. I don't know why that.
Run the no something.
Do you ever see
Jewel? So it's the Jewel. Oh shit. Run the Jewel.
Oh, yes, shit.
Romance of Stone.
But there's also a Jewel one too.
Something like that, right?
So, yeah, it's like the sequel to it. Yeah.
They were good.
Yeah. You ever see the documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats"?
Yeah, dude.
Because that guy was obsessed with
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct. Yeah. That's a crazy.
Was that guy really alone? You don't know if that guy was alone, right? It says
he claims that some guy with like a fake name that nobody could ever prove like made him do all this stuff, made him do all this shit, and was threatening. But it was zero validity behind it. I mean, he was a sociopath. But what a good documentary, you know, about how people on Reddit really track
right.
this guy down.
You're
you know?
right.
Really, that's what
Was
it
it
was.
Reddit people?
No, it was Facebook. They made a private chat room for Facebook. And it was like,
don't fuck with cats.
don't
right?
fuck with cats.
Yeah.
And there was two of them. Really, it was really two people. It was a guy and a girl.
The chick, yeah.
That hunted
got
this guy
obsessive
down.
about it, yeah.
And the dude and the guy. The guy was kind of the genius behind it, and they found this guy and he got convicted. But he was killing humans at the end of it. He became obsessed with the feint.
Right?
No. He did kill an Asian guy.
Yeah.
Asian guy that was going to school in Canada, and he killed him with exactly like the scene in Basic Instinct with the ice pick. You know, because he was a gay guy, so he's on top of it. And the scene, I think it's the opening scene in Basic Instinct, where she stabs him repeatedly. That's how he killed the dude. Yeah, crazy.
People are crazy, huh?
We live in a crazy fucking world, bro. We really do.
I think we always have. It's just now you hear it. There's documentaries about it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's an ebb and tide.
I don't know,
Ebb and flow.
I think it's always been fucked up. Think about like Vlad the Impaler. He was a king, fucking torturing kids.
But then you'll have peaceful time. I mean, the '60s certainly.
What?
But,
'60s were peaceful?
Well,
no, bro. There's no peaceful times.
It was all about love, bro.
Well, think about it. Right now is the most peaceful the world has ever been.
Well, yes, but it's probably the most stressed the world has ever been.
Well, I'm just saying, though, as far as violent deaths.
Right.
No, but as far as violent deaths.
Wars are talking.
Yeah, wars and violent deaths, period.
Yeah.
It's the least violent deaths of our history, I mean, of what we know.
Yeah, I guess
right?
I guess that would hold true, but isn't it weird how it's probably the most stressful? But like suicide's definitely got to be through the roof.
I don't know.
It is.
You know?
I don't know the numbers.
Well,
I just hear.
Don't be fucking barking facts out when you don't know.
Right, okay. Frankie gets angry. He's very angry.
No. You're just like my wife.
Bro, you said something the other day that I won't even repeat. You won't even repeat it because you'd be embarrassed if I repeated it. But I was like, holy shit, he's fucking angry. It was whoever you were talking about. You were talking about the parents of the kid that gave Tino shit about your loss. I'm not gonna say what you said because you'd be like, "Fuck, bro, don't say that." But
I would love to hear it.
No, I don't know what I said. So.
I'll say half of it.
No.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want it. He doesn't want me to repeat it. People will be like, "Yo, you got problems."
Oh, yeah, I remember now.
You remember? Yeah.
And I meant every fucking word
I
of
was
it.
like,
But
"Whoa."
None of it.
I meant every word of it.
We don't want to talk about.
We don't want to.
No. You wouldn't want that out there.
You know, the funny thing is like there's motherfuckers out there that when you give the hint, like kind of move on, they'll kind of like stick on it, you know. Whoa. Do this? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the thing. Like I do think often about the we're talking about brain trauma.
Yeah.
I feel the effects a little bit sometimes, or it's just me changing. But like sometimes I like forget shit. We can think we feel the effects, but it's not really the effects. You know what I mean? But yeah, I often wonder about that. But I would also think that
try having a talk with Frankie about it. He'll tell you to fucking mind your business.
well, that's what I'm saying.
You can't be a concerned friend to Frankie because he'll just tell you that.
Wars, but not only that, like it's training. I don't know how I do spar hard now still.
Yeah, but not as much. Not as much.
But this dude used to have wars with professional boxers, you know. So you got to think like, how is it? He's sharp. You know, like he's not showing signs of any.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? I'll look at it a real way. I don't know if there is a way to like. I feel fucking fine. I feel like I have that my whole life. So it's not like why would I be like, oh, I need to stop. I'm fucking stumbling or I'm not as clear minded. I feel 100% normal. Is it gonna be like? I don't know. Like, is it gonna be like just fucking 40? I hit 45. It's like something happens.
I don't know. I don't know that there's a way to answer that.
Right.
I think the general rule would be the more concussions you take, the more hits you take, the more damage, the more likely it is.
I mean, but look at. I mean, you look at. There's some fighters that are susceptible to this stuff.
Sure.
And I think there's some fighters that aren't. And honestly, there's something I looked up actually. If you have a certain gene or genetic code or something, you're more
soda down here or no?
Check in there.
It might be in that fridge.
More susceptible to like Alzheimer's or dementia or CTE, and I don't have it. So
is it true that once you've been knocked out or concussed, you're more susceptible to being knocked out?
I don't know.
I've heard that, and I don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Here's the thing. Let's be real. To every action, there's a reaction. To every action, there's a consequence. You don't get to live as Frankie Edgar and be the legend that you'll die without eventually facing consequence. You don't have these wars because the average man can't have, bro. These one day there will be a movie about it. Is he dead? I don't know. Maybe, or maybe like it'll be when he's all fucked up and doesn't even realize it.
VH1 special. Where is he now?
A movie about Frankie, right? But
like, he's kind of Jersey's modern day Rocky. He really is.
Yeah, he's a once in a lifetime athlete.
Yeah.
Bro. You don't make him like him. But you don't live this life and get to see it through on your fucking white horse. No, you're gonna one day feel it. That's just the consequence. And who gives a fuck? Because you die as a fucking warrior.
Oh, I'm okay. I know what I did. I know who I am, and I was made for this shit. That's what it is.
I don't see any other way for
and
you.
that's what it is, you know. And this is the cards that I fucking played, you know. So you gotta play that hand.
Not too bad of cards dealt to you, huh?
No, I'm not complaining.
One of the few guys that could actually get obliterated and still have respect. That's crazy. You're one of the few guys who's able to. Your following could be much bigger if you were like a
shit talker. He's not, though,
but
yeah.
he still has a huge following. So he's one of the few guys that has a big following without like selling his soul.
Right.
I'm very against selling your soul. Anything I've ever done and talked about, I actually meant. I actually hold shit back. But there's some people who sell their soul. You know,
Right.
I don't believe you should.
Well, again, and I'm just about done with this Frankie Edgar kissing moment, but. You know, I think the quality that everybody respects, fans and other fighters, is something that you can't train and you can't buy, and it's his heart, man. Everybody is like, you know, I saw a thing and I sent it to you one time. It was like how to build the perfect fighter, and it had like, I don't know, like leg kicks from Aldo, but it had Frankie Edgar heart. You know what I mean?
That's not what I respect most about him. And this will be the last thing I say. What I respect most about him,
his ears,
is his insane amount of humbleness, and it actually comes from security. You know, like, I'm definitely not known as a humble guy. I'm not known as a cocky motherfucker. But I don't know if I'm the way I am. Like, I do love myself, but do I love myself to prove to myself that I love myself and other people may? I don't know.
Right.
I just don't give a fuck. He won't post for 2 weeks at a time. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't feel the need to stay relevant. You know, there's no... You know, so no matter what he's done, no matter what war he's been in, no matter what title he's
what do you mean by stay relevant? I think I do think he feels the need to stay relevant in the fight world, because you're forgotten if you don't. If you know, you got to fight to be. But I don't think he's a popularity contest guy. I don't think he's like, I got to be.
But that's where you fucked up, because this guy will never be forgotten.
Yeah.
No matter what, ever, like literally. Ever.
No, but in his head.
But if he thinks like that in his crazy mind, that's his own fuck up.
Right.
You know, but like in the general rule of thumb, like, he doesn't have his respect. I mean, as much respect as he has, I believe, once his time has passed, he'll get more, and that's a rarity, right? So it's like, it's crazy that he just doesn't feel the need to, like, he actually seemed like he's really just fighting because he just loves to fight. It's not because, like, you know, you're doing it to prove yourself to other people. It's not because you're doing it to feel relevant. When I say by relevant, like, if I don't post for 4 weeks, I'll be like, man, are motherfuckers forgetting to buy my DVDs? Like, I'm in people's fucking face. Even though I'm still silenced by Instagram, my people still search me, and there's still stuff there. If they search me and there's nothing there for 4 weeks, are they going to be inclined to search tomorrow? If they search and they see I'm still posting every day, then they're going to be inclined to post, you know? I just don't feel he's ever gave a fuck about that. And could he be more successful monetary-wise if he did? Oh, absolutely. And that time may come, you know? But for now, when he's in the game, he's in the game. That's it. For no other reason.
Well, whatever he is, he's fought the best of the best in 3 weight classes. You know,
it's fucked up, man. Well, people have no idea. You know, it's again, fuck this guy. We're talking about it way too much.
Fuck this guy for real, for a fucking.
Yeah.
But no, but like.
Well, thank you, Tom. I appreciate it, man. Seriously.
In reality, this is shit that I say like when I'm, you know, I say this all the time. I truly mean it.
I just like making Frankie feel uncomfortable. So let's kiss his ass a little bit more so he gets really awkward, embarrassed.
Yeah.
He's the greatest fighter who's ever lived, frankly.
He has Uggs on with no socks.
That's it, baby. They're my house shoes, bro. I'm like Snoop Dogg, baby. I'm like Snoop Dogg.
He's going through a change. He's growing his beard out, and he's reinventing himself.
Call me fucking Frankie Lion.
As long as he never goes back to that huge fro, we're good.
Yeah,
we're
the fro is tough, bro. And they keep fucking using it. The UFC keeps using it, too. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
I had a fro for a little while.
Yeah, I did it. I had a real fro though.
He
I had
did,
like
man.
a
He had a
screech. I had the
fro.
screech. I had the screech fro.
Jesus, speaking of Screech, he just
Yeah, he
died,
died,
man.
bro.
How crazy is
They
that?
said he fucked 2,000 girls.
Screech?
That's what it said.
Oh, that's easy.
Really?
2,000?
For him? Yeah, that's easy work.
Well, so listen, you say for him, yes, he had
2,000,
celebrity,
okay, so that's-
but he wasn't like
Yeah,
an amazing
2,000.
looking
2,000
guy.
would
like,
be one every day for 5 years.
yeah, like the
6 years.
Like the Wilt Chamberlain stats were like it was like it would have to be like 4 girls a day for like it was
Yeah.
some undoable fucking number.
Yeah.
Oh no, how long was Streets of Celebrity for?
Well, I mean, a long time because that show they were all very young
90s,
when they
what,
came
90?
on. He did a porno. He did a porn. I mean, I know that.
Really?
Yeah. I never saw it, but I know he did one.
Saved by the Bell. What should I say there?
It was a
90s.
probably
91,
late 90s,
92.
mid 90s, yeah.
Saved
By the Bell.
by the Bell. First year. So their first year was 1989.
All right, 89 to what?
So he said he has.
He did the college years, probably 2,000. So 11 years.
But who was banging him when he was Screech on Saved by the Bell?
What? Are you kidding me?
I guess his CT.
Kelly Kapowski, bro.
She banged him?
No.
No, no way.
He said again, it's not 11 years, you idiot.
You said
It started in 1989.
89.
It's 2021. You fucking
no.
moron.
I know. No, I didn't say 2000. So 2000 didn't go on to 2021. You fucking retard.
Of course it did. They still.
You said he did? Oh, he did. Oh, from 89. Okay, all right.
You're just
okay.
talking about
I thought you were saying
banging.
for like
Banging,
during
you mean,
the.
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about banging.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
99.
Yeah. Listen, it's possible. I just,
That's 30 years.
you know, it'd be
30
way,
years.
it'd be
All right.
way easier to believe it if it was the other dude, the talk show guy. Now, what the fuck is his name?
2000 divided by 30.
Bro, it's 66 girls a year.
No, okay, that's
not
definitely
bad.
doable.
Yeah, that's doable. That's
He's been
doable.
there,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's definitely doable.
That ain't even, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's there. But it sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
It just sounds a
I
level.
mean, anybody can say anything. I think, first of all, if you're living and you got high numbers, it's dumb to say when you're living because you're not doing yourself any favor.
Oh, yeah,
But
so
if
you
want-
gotta say
you
when you're dead?
You want, no,
When
if
you're-
you
make
want,
sure you
if wanna-
save for when you're
if you want-
dead.
If you want to, on your deathbed, be like, I've fucked 2,500 women. That might be the time to do it. But
It's I'll put that on my tombstone,
Yeah.
please.
And every woman there was going to be like, I thought I was the only one.
yeah,
Fucking sweet. That was a great show. I used to watch that.
who everybody did.
hell
Who
yeah.
didn't? Who didn't watch it?
I think that might be like one of the first show. Oh no, I mean one of the first shows to real show like kid issues, right? Like
Yeah.
she was. Remember when she was like, "I'm so excited," and she was dancing because she was.
Oh,
fucking
yeah, she was like
hopped up
doing,
on caffeine.
yeah,
Yeah.
caffeine or
Do you
some
guys
diet pill
remember?
or
Do
something.
you guys remember After School Specials?
Yes.
Was on? Was it PBS? I don't know what it was on. Fucking, I forget what channel it was on. But
that guy
you come.
passed away, right?
Well, no, it was. It was. I think it was always like different stories that related to like kids in high school.
The
when it was,
steroids
yeah,
one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, you
The
remember
steroids
that?
one.
I remember that about how steroids make you super angry.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You remember that? Yeah.
There was two.
I remember like.
There was one with the track athlete and his brother started taking steroids.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then there was one where the football player would take steroids.
Yeah.
It was such
Yeah,
bullshit.
Yeah, yes, yes.
It was, as a guy who did steroids later in life, it was such fucking bullshit. Such
You
bullshit.
never wanted to hit up on somebody because of steroids?
Listen, man, you're elevating a testosterone level, right? But if you're naturally a hot-headed individual, sure. Does it have the ability to, when your testosterone rate, is highly accelerated? Could it make you? But as a general rule, I mean, like I think the number is like 1.5 or 2 million males in the U.S. do steroids. Overwhelmingly, by and large, most of those guys are not fucking flipping out, losing their shit. It's is it possible on an individual basis that it could affect somebody who already had a temperament issue? Of course. But as a general rule, do I believe that to be true? Not at all. I don't think that you put steroids in your body, you immediately become this fucking super enraged,
No, that's
I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing them again, bud.
I think the issue, like, I used to be, I didn't drink until I was 27. Then once I started drinking, like, I could finish, like, if I'm away somewhere, like, finishing this in, like, a day and a half is easy work, you know? So I was able to drink a lot. But the main thing is, like, if I felt drunk and I wanted to say something, I just waited for 1 second and reminded myself I was drunk.
Right.
Right? I think it should be the same thing for steroid users. If you feel like
Yeah.
which you
Yeah.
will be, because here's the thing.
I don't disagree with that.
Females show us hormones are real, right? When they PMS every month, that's actually a real thing. So males, you basically, if you're on steroids, you go through the same type of shit, but you have to remind yourself like this isn't real. what I say will have a consequence. Let me chill. If I'm drunk, this isn't real. Let me relax and watch what I say.
Steroids don't necessarily impair your mind. You know what I mean? Alcohol certainly does, and I get that. But I don't think it's a one size fits all type thing. I'm not saying that it cannot. Correct. Your personality programming is different in every person. Alcohol is going to affect you different, just like it's going to affect them. But as a general rule, what you're saying, I agree with. Yeah, you shouldn't.
It intensifies.
Sure.
Things, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So I think that's what these young bucks got to understand and realize. Like, it can make you do some shit. Look at all the professional wrestlers that have killed themselves, right?
Yeah.
A lot of it is because after the steroids, they don't know what to take afterwards.
Yeah.
So estrogen spikes and they become all fucked up.
Right.
And then they end up suicidal. You know, it's like during the
Chris Benet, right?
I knew a guy that was taking
Benoit, sorry. He killed his entire family.
They killed himself.
No, then went to a doctor meeting where he
I don't think it was a doctor meeting. I think it was like one of the meet and greets.
No, he took a picture with one person.
With a fan, yeah.
One person at, I think he went to like a whatever it was. It wasn't a meet and greet because it was only one picture. But after he'd murdered his kids, his wife, everybody, and took a picture smiling, and then went home and hung himself from his weight rack. I mean, that is, and there's a guy that had no signs, you know what I mean? And you could go down the avenue of, did he have head trauma? Did he have injury? Okay, here's another story. Chris Watts. You familiar with that story? Chris Watts, normal blue collar working class guy, murdered his whole fucking family with no history of any sort of.
Wait, that's the dude that was for the chick though. He murdered for the chick.
Okay, yes, he did, but nothing in his history would ever signify that he had any of the.
Crazy.
Yeah, two babies, two beautiful little girls, and
what happened with the woman?
The woman.
A woman or a man can make you crazy. Right?
Yeah, no. Honestly, the woman, I don't think she knew.
No, she didn't.
She didn't know.
She said over the chick. So what does that mean?
No, I'm saying
he wanted to start his life over,
and
he just wanted them to disappear.
Oh, this is the guy in the show.
Chris Watts, Colorado guy, normal guy. I don't remember the documentary.
American Story or some shit, right?
American Horror Story.
That made me so sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
Like, bro, this is your kid.
Yeah.
I get it.
Your child. You love. Like, most likely his wife.
But the craziest part is, and here's a guy, probably late 30s, maybe 40, did all this. Again, lived a normal life, normal blue collar, working class guy, no signs, no history of any kind of mental illness or anything out of the normal, that did this. And then you watch, pretty much the whole thing after the murders, from the moment the police got involved, pretty much everything was caught on body cam and stuff. And you watch his interaction with the police. Stone-faced. Yeah. Stone-faced.
The neighbor knew. The neighbor knew right away. The fucking neighbor knew right away.
How do you keep it together? You just murdered your two fucking babies, and he is stone-faced.
People need to understand this. Number one, all of you that deny the devil and evil.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's on you. Number two, understand, as a female and a male, understand most females are ruined because of what? What ruins most females? Why do most females become drug addicts? Why do females who become prostitutes? Why?
Daddy issues?
No, because of a male pulls them into it. 100%. That's not even a question.
Yeah.
Males pull them fucking into it. You can get the most outstanding male that is fucking perfect in every aspect. Let him fall in love, and then let that woman treat him wrong. That male is going to become a different male. Mm-hmm. There's no stronger persuasion for human beings than the opposite sex and drugs and gambling. Women for men, men for women.
All the things that will ruin a man.
Gambling.
Women, gambling, drinking, fast cars. It's called Man's Ruin, my tattoo. It's called Man's Ruin.
That's a beautiful
all the things that will ruin a man.
Reminds you every day.
You got your ex on there?
No, actually, this is Renee.
No one is above it. And that guy, what a disgusting little pussy fuck. Like, bro, you're gonna get broken. Like, I don't think his wife was. She didn't seem like a great wife. She seemed kind of like.
Oh, see, I disagree. Chris Watts, you mean?
Yeah, I think.
Why?
She what? See, I didn't get that vibe. The one thing she did that probably could not, could have maybe not done was she tried to create this perfect family on fucking social media.
Right,
And I
yeah.
think that's a lot of people's downfall is they try to, no matter what they have going on at home, they try to create this image of perfection. And it's just not being honest. But listen, tons of people do it. Fucking tons of people do it, right? But she kind of did that.
Well, no one's going to sit there and put their fucking horror stories up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know that you got to put your horror story up, but you know, not every day has to be the greatest fucking day of your life either. And she did. Again, this is just my takeaway. I don't know. I didn't know them personally or whatever. But then you create that amazing illusion of grandeur of this perfection, and you can't sustain that forever. So, I mean, the wheels are going to fall off at some point, and it fell off because he met a girl at work and started cheating.
But you don't feel she tried to just kind of take away everything that he had.
Well, I know that she left for a while, got on a plane with the 2 kids, and moved in with her or their parents, and was gone for months. And I know they show in the documentary the text messages, and he kept saying, "Come home, I'm ready to make this work." While he's saying that, he's having the affair, and she believed it and came home, and he murdered her shortly thereafter.
So crazy,
So, for sure, I think she was a control freak. I think she was like a Karen.
Could be. I don't know.
She was an animal of a woman that disrespected him. I think he was the biggest pussy, coward, weak bitch of a man that probably deserved to be treated the way he did. If he was,
he's gonna be killed in prison at some point.
Capable to do the shit that he did. Like I pray tomorrow.
But what did those kids do? Like you could let's say she's the worst human ever. What did your kids do to you?
Literally, I hope he gets baseball batted tomorrow in prison.
Yeah.
You're a piece of shit.
Right.
Like, even the kill you, like, bro, like if you don't love your wife and she's making you feel, leave her.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Get divorced. You don't kill her, bro.
No.
Let her live another life.
Right.
Let her try. Because here's the thing, she was probably an asshole, which I think she was to him.
See, I didn't get that vibe, but maybe
Because
could be.
she probably thought he was a pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So she I always say people
Just
do what they can get away with.
the videos she would post, which they'd show glimpses of, he was a hands-on dad with the 2 girls, with his 2 daughters, and he's affectionate and he's loving, and then post murdering his family, it's like literally the devil took over his body and he is just emotionless. Emotionless. I had never seen anything like it.
I can't even bring myself to even try to understand, because there's no understanding in doing that. Besides, I want him to die.
Oh, for sure. Piece of shit.
Possible.
Yeah.
I want him to get cut for me.
The other one that comes to mind, which is similar, and I forget his name, but similar because I remember all the interviews with him after where they were searching for it, and I got her name on the tip of my tongue, but I can't say it, was the guy that...
Peterson?
Yes.
Scott Peterson.
Scott Peterson. You got it. Good job, buddy. See, holy shit. He's getting brighter. You got to get hit in the head more.
Was he in New Jersey?
Oh. What's that? Yeah.
Was he in New Jersey?
He
Florida.
Murdered his wife.
Lacey Peterson.
Look
at that motherfucker. I'll hit you in the head and fucking help you out.
She was pregnant, and they think killed her at home, took her out in a fishing boat, dumped her dead body at sea, which I don't think they ever recovered, and because he was having an affair. But again, he's doing interviews with
their parents,
with their parents in the press afterwards saying,
Please
Lacey,
return.
please come home, return, or whoever took. Like, how the fuck do you do that?
There's definitely, again, if you're a woman, no one can make you more mad than your partner. If you're a man, we've all been no one can make us more furious than our partner. But we never got. We might think it was like, I wish
Roger's partner gets him really mad.
I wish I could find but
yes, you do.
You don't kill him. You don't fucking kill him.
Right.
So if you're to that state of total fucking mayhem and madness, to do anything is capable, right? Let me act like nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
You can there's never an excuse to kill anybody ever, but there are crimes of passion where maybe a guy comes home and his best friend is fucking his wife, where you can see where a guy could lose his mind for a moment and I don't know, kill the friend, I'm not saying it, but you could see where a person could literally for a moment
irrational, at least
get irrational and just be so overwhelmed by what they're seeing and what is going on that they lose it. And I think it's defined as temporary insanity. However, okay, so that's one thing, but then how this is the part I don't get. How do you do a heinous act and then you become this completely different person that you never were at any point in your life, and you put on this blank, stone-faced, veil of who you are to just blatantly lie to try to not get a murder charge, essentially, but show no fucking emotion, none.
Because you have to understand, how you do one thing, that's how you do everything.
Yeah.
Once you sell your soul and you take that route and you take that path, you're not human anymore.
And
as far as catching your chick cheating, does that give you the right to kill her? No.
No. Fuck no.
I wouldn't even do it.
Yeah.
I'd be like,
You did me a favor.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to torture you as far as just not being with you and not talking to you, not giving you anything. Because the worst pain that she could get or he could get is to just totally.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with that.
We want to fire back.
Right.
Calm the fuck down.
Right, right,
Understand what's really going to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, once people get to that point of total delusion, nothing is real anymore.
Yeah.
They're pussy whip, these dudes. They get with these chicks and they think that this lust is love because their pheromones and their hormones are going, oh, I'll do anything with this girl.
But it can't be, like I said, Chris Watts had to be mid-30s. Same with Peterson. I mean, this can't be the first time they ever had a love interest or, it can't be the first time. So why do they go to these levels of murder? I mean, it's not even murdering another adult. It's murdering your offspring, the person that has the same eyes as you.
But you're of course. But you're assuming these motherfuckers are used to life. Like, they're not like you, then like Frank, they're not like me. You know what I mean? Like, these dudes get in relationships, these girls get in relationships, and they're miserable. They're posting on Facebook how they're happy. You ain't fucking happy. You know you're not happy. You know you're not happy.
But the weird part with the Watt story is he was trying. They were like on a break. She was out of state with the kids, and he's trying to convince her to come back, saying, you're the only one I love, but please come home. I want to be with you. And so why is that guy doing that if he just wants he had an easy out. He was already out, he could have just ended the relationship, but he convinced her to come back, carry on with the affair. They think that she somehow surmised it or came to the conclusion that he was having an affair, confronted him, and he killed her and then killed the children and tried to frame her for killing the children.
Because there's obviously severely how can you kill
correct severely disturbed. Why does it not show up at any other point in his life though?
If I put out hey, I'll give your family $50,000 if you kill somebody, that could get you in trouble, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would think so.
Ends up dead. Yeah, but anyone who kills their kid, anyone who kills anyone over for me, I'm very big on unless I feel threatened, I'm not gonna go to try to kill you, right? I'm not gonna, I always say this, to be a school owner, you have to be, if you put the kids around, I'm gonna be the most loved out of the kids. But if you put me in a room with a bunch of murderers, I'm gonna be respected.
You thrive in prison.
Be able to how to pay to play both sides, right? But these men, they're essentially their strength in killing somebody proves to be their weakness as humans.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, he most likely got rid of them because he couldn't imagine living through a divorce.
Right.
Living through a divorce, my parents have to know, her parents have to know, maybe it's my fault, maybe it's her. So let me just kill them, you fucking
right.
What the fuck, bro?
Roger would do good in jail.
It's gonna be something about the soap and in the shower. Go ahead. Where's the rest of it?
No, you can reach all the top stuff on the shelf.
Yes, there we go.
He'd be fighting from the days in jail, bro.
Yeah,
100%. Because here's the thing, you're I'm not a pretty motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm not saying and I don't care what you say. I'm not saying I'm not a fucking here's the thing. Like I said to Gordon, you're a handsome dude, but if you imagine a dude in the Viking era to rescue a village, that guy's me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Roger will get fucked with for sure because he's a big.
Do you know with the Me Too movement and all of the rape accusations and stuff? You would think, and I'm not saying it's not a real thing. I'm not downplaying that at all, but. You would think that the numbers for women has got to be substantially higher for getting raped, right? No, men actually get raped more than women when you bring in the prison population numbers.
Well, like I said,
Isn't that crazy?
it's
crazy.
It's not. It's actually makes sense. And like I said, like
Roger don't want to go down.
This fucking guy. I don't even know why I brought that up
I'm
to
gonna
you.
get a fucking chair. I'm gonna get a chair to get at Roger's ass. I'm gonna step on a chair to get Roger's ass.
You're an idiot.
I think at times there is very much, a double standard of support for everybody and everything, and it's like, I don't know why it has turned to be that way. Maybe there's a double standard because women have been the victims much more than males have been.
Oh yeah.
So we, of course, have. So we don't really sympathize for the men who are victims, but we have to understand, if we understand transgenders, we must understand victimized men, right? We have to. If we're going to understand one thing, we have to understand everybody. So there's a lot of men who are not built for toughness. They're bullied, they're beaten, they're taken advantage of, and they're not transgenders. They're still men, that have a family, that are trying to provide, that are super depressed, super sad, super weak, get bullied, but we don't necessarily talk about these men. These men are forgotten.
Yeah.
The men that are, well, not men because they become females. We talk a lot about transgenders. We talk a lot about people who have committed suicide. We talk a lot about people who died of COVID. But do we talk about just the man who is suffering? Do we talk about the man who's fucking trying to provide for his family, that's been bullied his whole life, that just can't seem to get one step forward because every time he takes a step forward, something happens to push it back? Where's that motherfucker? We don't talk about him.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of people that are listening to this that have to feel this right now. Black, white, Asian, whoever the fuck you are, you're a male, and you're forgotten because you don't necessarily fit the one who has been victimized.
Right.
Yeah, you've been victimized. Most likely,
You're considered to be higher on the food chain and
but you're
stronger and evolutionally, built stronger and tougher. So yeah, I don't think men get viewed as victims very often.
That's funny because these motherfuckers who want to attack me, like, you don't know what I've been through, bro.
Right.
Walk 1 week in my life and multiple times in my life, and I guarantee you're not going to make it to the next week. I've suffered a great deal, tremendously, in many different aspects that I can't even talk about right now. Beyond my father and beyond anything like that, I have felt pain, the worst kind. So don't tell me nothing. You know what I mean? And you still want to fuck with me? You don't know where I've been. And the reason why I try to help you is because I never want people to feel as bad as I felt. And I felt pretty bad.
Yeah.
I had a rope ready to tie to a tree. The only reason I didn't fucking jump from that rope is because I started to think there's going to be a kid who finds me.
Yeah.
I had the fucking noose. I don't
Was that just I talked about it openly on the show. I had a 3 to 4 month period of my life where I battled depression pretty bad. The only time I've ever really dealt with it, and I had some crazy thoughts and things like that. Has this been an ongoing thing in your life, or was it just a period of time where you dealt with it?
I'm not depressed now. I was depressed at like 20, but at the same time, if I didn't have kids, while I'm not depressed, I don't think this world is for me. I don't like having to stay on top of my social media. The irony is everyone thinks I love it. I don't. I just have to do it to survive. I wish I could just be nobody in the crowd just enjoying.
You don't think, are you talking about to be in the position you're in as being the pedigree of the business and being on top? Or are you talking about monetarily? Because I would think just word of mouth alone. I heard the name Tom DeBlass for fucking years. I mean, you are locally, your school would be packed, I would think, whether you were on social media or not, no?
Well, here's the thing, like, yeah, I've won some really good shit, but I think, here's the thing, like, I'm more well known than a lot of guys who won more titles than me. And even if they have more followers, I'm still talked about more.
Yeah, that's kind of my point, though. Why is social media...
But is that my competition, or is that because of my social media?
Oh, okay.
I know how to fucking sell myself.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I know how to sell myself is because I am very real. As far as suffering, motherfucker, listen, Frankie will make it through more. I can never do what this guy's done. It's not sucking his dick. I can't. But I guarantee you put the knife in our throat, I'm going to outlive Frankie. I promise you.
Explain that. What do you mean by
I
that?
don't give a fuck. Besides my kids,
Outlive in
I'm gonna let the knife go deeper in my throat than this guy. Now, he'll fight better and more and show more heart. I can't even imagine like doing the things he's done because I just can't do it.
You're talking about striving through adversities in life.
No, I'm actually literally talking about a
Oh,
knife in your
okay.
throat.
All right.
Let's take a fucking dagger. If
Yeah.
we have a torch right here, we could do it right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
did
so-
this a few months ago with the hot iron, just to remind myself that I could do it. Just to remind myself that I'm not going to pull away the hot iron as soon as it gets uncomfortable. Because I do like suffering. You know, I did this at 16, a branding in my arm because I wanted to feel pain. You know what I mean? While I can't actually show that in the heat of the moment like he has.
Is there a want in you to feel suffering for some reason, that something happened in your life where you feel like you need to suffer because that happened in your life? Like, I mean, you're talking about physical pain here. You're talking about actually.
No, but physical pain, if you do it the right way, is emotional pain. And anybody who
Well, correct.
anybody who cuts themselves and shit like this, understand me right now.
It's a visual way to express your emotional
This is very
pain.
important. This is not the way. It's stupid. But I understand you. You're not stupid. You're not dumb. You're not unheard of. Because here's the thing. Physical and emotional is tied directly hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Frankie doesn't fight for physicality. Frankie fights emotionally. But everything that he does in the cage is physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the irony right there. Is it physical or is it emotional? Pain is pain. The more pain you can endure, again, if you have, do you have a, I'm not sure, no, but if you had something, a torch, right? What's going to make us endure this pain is not physical, it's emotional, but it's a physical feeling of pain. So we feel it physically, but what will make us endure it is the emotional aspect. And he fights emotionally. But
Not everybody has that need to have that, though. You know.
no, they don't, and I commend them. And they shouldn't, and that's a very wrong way to think about things. We have, even though they intertwine, we have to try to separate the two. We have to understand, like, it's not going to make me feel better emotionally if I torture myself physically. It's not smart.
Yeah.
It's not good. And I'm not a cutter. I'm not a fucking burner or anything like that. But, like, I just don't. I've never really gave too much of fucks about suffering. It's just never really. I haven't cared until I have my kids because they need to learn.
I guess my question would be, and I don't, I'm certainly not trying to be overstep any bounds, but is that a coping mechanism for something that happened in your life, or?
No, I think it comes down to education. I was always taught that this life is not the real life.
Yeah.
This life,
Oh, you'd get along great with our friend Jesse.
who's Jesse?
Jesse Holt.
He thinks the Federation is going to come down and get us.
No, you're religious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Renee is too.
Oh,
But
for sure.
Even more so than spirituality. Like I just feel like I'm not really concerned too much. I'm not searching for suffering. I did this when I was younger because I was very involved with Jesus, and he, no matter what you think about Jesus, whether he's a son of God or not, he was a man who got brutally fucking beaten, spit on, cut, thorns pushed into his head, and he didn't break.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a motherfucking man
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
So whether you believe he's the son of God or not, you're gonna admire this fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll say this fucking guy because these religious people gotta understand, Jesus was a motherfucking man. That's how Jesus got everybody, because he was a fucking man. He wasn't the Pope who was fucking almighty. Jesus got pissed off one day and threw the fucking shit all off the tables, and he was a man. You know? And Christians who don't agree with me, you can go fuck yourself, because I don't give a fuck what you think about me. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm gonna motherfucking die, so are you. Let's see who gets in the fucking pearly gates.
Pearly gates, yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't fuck with me. You can't get in my fucking head. You know, at the end of the day, I have my own personal relationship with this guy. So does everybody else.
Sure.
And he suffered.
Yeah.
And for me, he is the epitome of a man. I mean, he could have had bigger traps. But otherwise...
He's pretty shredded.
He was, right? He was the epitome of a man. And for me, like that right there is like, that's what it's about. You know, like he suffered for me. Why can't I put a little fucking burn in my arm to suffer for him? What am I, a coward?
Yeah.
Am I a coward, afraid of pain? Because nowadays, let's talk about it. We have no idea what it's like, you know, to be fighting in Africa for your country, to be a fucking Viking, to be in World War II. You ever see the movie Fury?
Yeah.
Bro, that shit's another level.
It is.
Come on, bro. He fell in love with
Or
the girl.
storm the beach at Normandy, or
In love with that girl, and then that girl died 5 minutes later, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, everybody nowadays, they don't have a fucking clue. You know?
There's no question the world's become soft, but
And again,
there's this kind of push, this movement that I've seen by people like Candace Owens to bring back real men. Have you seen that? She said, "Bring back real men. This is what America needs. Bring back."
What
real
does Rogan always say? Hard times create hard men create soft times create soft men.
Yeah.
bro,
That's where we're at right now.
here's the thing. At the end of the day, you could do whatever you want to me. You could cancel me. You could do whatever you want. And you could go fuck yourself. Because I don't answer to nobody but God. And this isn't because I had a little bit of vodka. We know that. My social media's been crazy. I calmed down the past couple months. I don't care what you think. You know what I mean? Like, if you have a motherfucking problem, come see me, bro. You know, Frankie, the toughest guy. Like, you know, like who's the toughest ever? I only follow Frankie. I don't follow anyone else.
Who's the toughest?
MMA, that's good. It's Style Bender. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. Israel Osana. He's pretty good. Yeah.
Put Israel to my school and let's lock the doors. You think that I'm like, oh no, Israel's going to beat me up? Who's willing to die? I'm sure Israel wants to create a career. He wants to create a legacy like Frankie. He wants to die a legend, right? He doesn't want to die right now. For me, besides my kids, you know, it doesn't really matter too much. You know, it has nothing to do with being.
It's a strong belief system if you're that passionate about it.
That has nothing to do with being tough.
Yeah.
It has to do with believing that what's going on in the world right now is really not the way it's supposed to be. Like, you ever see the movie Powder?
If you're going to go there anyway, though, right? If your belief is that, and I'm sure it'll be for your lifetime, and you're going to go there anyway at some point, which is kind of the way I view it. I'm going to get there. You know, I don't know that I have the traditional view of, you know, the pearly gates and all that, but I believe that there's a better place for us out there. I believe that energy keeps on moving, and I certainly believe in God, and I believe in a higher power. If you're of that belief system, and I've lived it my whole life since I was a kid, I'm going to probably live it for the rest of my life. Why check out early? Why would you want to check out early?
Oh, I don't want to. I don't search for it. I used to before my kids.
Yeah.
But if God wants to take me, it's not my...
Right.
I've been having some ulcer issues lately. I have a lot of stress. Sometimes I get ulcers. I haven't got it checked out lately, and I have to because of my kids. But as far as my own fear of death, I don't fear it because I believe once I'm dead, I'll know.
I wouldn't say that I don't fear it. I just don't think about it. I really don't think about it.
Well, here's the thing.
Probably maybe a little more so now than when I was younger, because I was really fearless when I was younger. I didn't think about it at all. I'm still pretty fearless, I would say, for a guy at my age. But
now.
I don't. The activities that I do that would put me in danger, it doesn't often enter my head like I could die. I don't think like that, because I think when you start second guessing yourself, you put yourself in more jeopardy of dying. You know.
Be straight. I fear death now because my kids need to learn more.
Yeah.
This is a brutal world, man.
Sure.
I almost think it's a more selfish thing. You know.
You want to see
Like,
Frankie? You want to see Frankie scared of dying? I'll get a video of him on I-95 on his bike the next time we go out there. He's fucking eyes.
No, but I feel like it's more selfish. Like, not so much that my kids need me. It's like I want to see my kids grow. You know, it's like almost like
they also need.
I do. I agree. I think I got my wife will hold me down. You know, I think she'll hold me down no matter what. And she'll be a good.
To change your diapers?
No, I'm saying like to be a parent. Say I'm not around.
She's
to be a parent. You know what I'm saying?
What are you, a fucking idiot?
No, I'm just saying. No. I'm just saying no. But it's so more that I want to see my kids grow. Yeah. Not so much that they need me. I do think they need me, of course.
Bro, how the fuck is any kid having? Listen, Renee's amazing, and she's gonna hold it down regardless. But your kids
just with Mark Wahlberg living here
1,000 times more further in life with you than without you.
No, for sure. And the same way reciprocated. You know what I mean? 100%.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, like, you know.
Would you be mad?
I want to be around for my kids more because I want to see them more than they need me. You know what I mean?
I'm different.
I don't know if that's the right way to look at it, but that's how I feel.
Would you be mad if I did this podcast with Mark?
No,
Mark Lee?
no, Mark Wahlberg. He's saying.
Renee's gonna end up with Mark Wahlberg whenever something happens to Frankie. Yeah.
Marky fan?
Just like short guys.
That's the thing, man. Like for me, I feel my kids need. I feel when God takes me, my kids are gonna be okay because I think He's allowed me to feel disappointment enough to where He's not gonna disappoint me in that way.
Yeah.
I'm at least gonna have that. When I die, my kids are ready for me to die, and that could be 3 years.
It's
from now.
good to see you're spiritual, man, because we're getting more and more away from that. I mean, churches are
Listen,
desolate compared to what they were, even from when I was a kid. You know, like I went to church every Sunday when I was a kid. You don't see many people going to church. And I'm not saying that you have to go to church to be spiritual. I'm not suggesting that. You can be spiritual without that, but as a general rule, we're getting more and more away from godliness. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do, and I wish I went to church more, but I believe the Catholic Church is dropping the ball in many ways. You know, they're too judgy.
They dropped the ball. They dropped the ball.
Oh
Try to
God!
get the little boy to grab
Here
it.
we go! Here we go!
If you're gay, you can be my homie, man. I don't give a fuck. Don't tell me nothing that.
Perfect, Raj. It's perfect.
He doesn't stop. He has got the same joke 100 times.
Don't be a
not a
piece
joke.
of shit. Don't be a piece of shit. Judge a motherfucker is not giving back, and then tell me that this good gay man or good gay woman who is giving, who is kind, won't get to the pearly gates. And again, if you have a problem with that, come fucking see me, bro. Like,
No, I agree with that.
Like I don't give a
You
fucking
better.
thing. Like, that's it. You know,
Fucking idiot.
Like I believe good people are good
Yep.
people. Now,
Right.
do I want my son? Do I want my son to be gay? No, I don't. Why? Because there's two reasons. Number one, I want more DeBlasses, like actually true DeBlasses, bloodline DeBlasses. Number two, I don't want him to experience anything of uncomfort.
Yeah, you generally speaking, you might have a little bit. Although I think it's way more accepted now and way more common, and it's just going to get better. Yeah. Generally speaking, you might have a little bit of tougher time through life, you know. So yeah, I don't know that it would be my preference, but I would love my kid no fucking less.
But if he is, he is.
Yeah,
It's not even
right.
a question.
Right.
I'm gonna love
Right,
you. It sounds funny to say I'm gonna love your man. I'm gonna love whatever. I'm
Yeah.
gonna be there for you, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Gotta be.
Your dad's proud of you, no?
Let me piss while you talking about.
Bro.
I fired one joke back out of your 900, and he's upset about it.
Literally one joke.
One joke. It was a bad joke too. It was a bad joke.
Big Frank loves you. Shut up. Big Frank loves you.
Were you talking about his dead dad or the alive dad?
Yeah.
Oh,
That could have been bad. But it could have been bad twofold. Jeez.
How full was that Tito's?
Halfway, not too
Oh,
bad.
I thought it was full. I was like, damn.
He's gonna lock himself in there. But yeah, Tom is Chris, I always call him the Jiu-Jitsu police.
Why? What does that come from?
Captain Armbar. No,
Because he cracked you?
Yeah, just fucking around. Because like, oh, you're not doing jiu-jitsu right, bro.
Bro, we got to have Ligori on again. He's fucking a riot, man. He's hysterical.
We used to train all the way up in Fairlawn with Martin Rooney. That's
Yeah,
first
we
time.
were
First
You were
time,
talking about that
yeah.
with Miller, right?
Yeah. And that's where me and Tom first started training
Is that
together.
right? And what
then-
belt would he have been at that time?
I think he was a brown. He was a brown belt at that
Okay.
time. I was like a white or blue belt.
Sounds like his best competition wins were at brown belt, no?
He won the worlds in the gi and brown belt, but he won the Northeast trials for ADCC like 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
When are you gonna get jiu-jitsu going?
That's, bro, come on.
Why not?
This age, I mean, you're right.
This
I
age.
get it. I know what you're gonna say. I guess I should. Yeah. I mean, listen, I should.
You should.
It's tough
Put
enough.
the gi on, bro.
It's tough enough just finding time for any fitness thing now. And if I gotta just pick one
You
thing,
like fitness though?
it's gonna hit you. You want fitness? How about fitting this in your mouth? I can finish your lines. They're so gay. You know, it's tough enough finding time just with the way my life is set up. And again, you know, I'm not trying to make excuses, but if I can find time for one thing that is fitness related, it's going to be going to the gym, man. Yeah, going to the gym.
Yeah, as
you
long
know?
as you're doing something.
Yeah. So have tried to make that a lifestyle. What I need to do, obviously having Mike Dolce in and is a little inspiring, but the diet, I gotta eat.
It is eating.
Not that I eat bad. I never drink soda.
I've been bad.
I don't. Yeah, well, you can eat, but you're just so dialed in, bro. You can afford to. And when you say I eat bad, you literally are talking about a couple weeks. I mean, you would never be able to fall into a lifestyle. Wait, that's a good question. I know the answer is no, but you're 50 years old. Your fucking fighting career is 10 years done. You're living the good life. Your kids are grown up. You and Renee got more free time because some are in college. Do you start eating like a little bit of a fat bastard?
Never.
No. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna train till I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'll never stop fighting. I don't mean fighting like
right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I'll never stop.
How do you guys not piss when you drink? I don't understand that.
Professional.
Yeah, we're good.
Roger wants. Are you into fitness?
Oh, here we go.
You teach fitness?
Got yours right now?
Do you teach fitness?
Do I know how to be fit? Yeah.
Do you like fitness?
Do I like fitness?
Fitness.
You don't
dick
see
in your
this
mouth.
coming. You don't see this coming.
Come on, bro. Where are we going? 'Cause I promise you I got one back.
I said you fitness dick in your mouth.
Well, the size of yours, no problem.
Bro, there's a lot of room in that head. Hollow that bitch out. We got some.
This guy's always had head jokes, man.
The body finally matches the head now. Back in the day, it didn't.
It's been a while, right? Yeah. It's been a while, but it didn't match the body.
Well, Tom, it's a pleasure having you on, my man.
Oh shit, Frankie's kicking you out.
No, I'm not kidding you out. I'm just saying it's a pleasure having you on.
I'm good. I'm happy to be here, man. Oh wait, question. What took you? I had a lot of people actually when I told about this. They're like, brother, like these two are fucking morons. Like, what took them so long to have me on the podcast?
Bro, you've been on the board for.
Yeah.
Where are you?
What's stupid? They're
You've
like,
been on the board for forever, man.
they're like, they had guys with like could nowhere near have like.
I'll answer this because Frankie doesn't reach out to anybody and ask anybody to come on very fucking rarely. You got to blame me because we just kept like digging into the guest list or whatever, and we were always like put Tom DeBlass on there. But I think like we looked at you if I'm trying to make an excuse here, we looked at you like you were close, you're local. We knew we could get you, and we were getting people in from further away.
Well, let's do this again when you book your fight or after your fight. All right. We'll have a little announcement. Huh?
I said unless I lose, I don't want to really talk about it.
Well, we'll come get drunk anyway. All right.
I think that's when you kind of define your character, though. Sitting down here with this guy, uncomfortable for me. I knew he wasn't fucking comfortable talking about the Sandhagen fight and stuff. It defines your character when it's easy to be humble in victory. It's tough to be humble in defeat. I think it's more characterizing of who you are when you can sit down and give an honest interview about a loss, especially when you're a pedigree fighter that wears that on your heart and soul, so.
That's not even a question. Like, every loss I've ever had, I'm going to address. I don't understand the people who literally, they lose and they go on social media like the fight never happened.
Yeah.
Like, no, motherfucker, you lost. We know you lost.
It's part of it,
Don't be silly.
Or make excuses on there. I've seen a few people do that. He's in your fucking division, crazy hair dude. I don't have anything against him, but he just lost. Get the fucking fro, crazy fucking hair. 135 or what are you talking about? You don't know who it is.
You're talking about I didn't even know the guy. Dude who smokes weed.
Yeah, he smokes weed nonstop. No, God, I feel like an idiot. I can't think of his name.
Oh, Shane O'Malley.
Yeah, O'Malley. Yeah, O'Malley came off that loss and then was making like crazy excuses.
Was he?
I don't know.
I know him better than that guy. I never should have lost. That guy's not even. He's not even my division. If I hadn't hurt my ankle, I think he had an ankle injury. I would have beat. Just like excuse after excuse.
Like, most likely what he's saying is true, but you just can't say that.
Yeah, but even if it's true, you lost. You can be humble. You can be humble.
Can't say it.
Even if it's true, even if 9 times out of 10 you'd win, you can still be humble. It's the fight game, man. Frank should be like, yeah, right, motherfucker. I got a chance to beat him. Everybody got a puncher's chance. You know what I mean? Everybody.
I heard Raj is a puncher.
Chance in fucking hell. Got a fucking chance.
What's that?
Have you trained?
I have.
I
not
told him he should
trained,
go to your
man.
place.
I haven't. Yeah.
They're all big guys at your place too.
Yeah.
I will say this openly, and this is not because I have had vodka. no matter where you train in the state, you come through my doors, you're going to get worked. If you don't believe me, just come and see. We're there waiting for you.
Roger don't want to get worked. I mean, maybe by you on bottom. But I'm saying he wants to learn. He wants to learn something.
We don't need. No. But there's one last thing I'm gonna say. There's a difference between. You want to know why most schools don't truly thrive. They don't know how to differentiate competitors versus non-competitors.
Mm-hmm.
You have to baby people who never. So actually, if Roger came to my school, he'd be treated very kindly, like a child.
Yeah, no way. You'd
like
fucking.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey,
I
buddy.
get put through the ringer day one, but I would expect it.
Absolutely, you wouldn't. But if you say you come to the door, like, I want to compete. Well, then you're gonna be tested. And,
No.
And back to Tony. You say your boys are Tony.
Yeah. Tony's a good dude, man.
He's a solid dude, bro.
Yeah.
You guys look like he could be your son.
Yeah, like the fucking ugly fucking half of me son. He's 165 pounds.
If you one nutted, he could be your son.
I call him.
If your other testicle wasn't working, he could be your kid.
Tony 2.0.
Yeah.
No, not 2.0, 1.0. I'm sorry, Tony 1.0. But he's a solid. Fucking
Yeah, I don't know Tony well. I've known him for years from the barbershop, but good dude. I like Tony. Yeah, good dude.
For
All
sure.
right, man. We're good, brother.
Yeah. Before you leave, anything you want to plug? I mean, obviously you shouted out your Instagram. If you want to shout it out again, it's pretty simple. At Tom DeBlass. Your school, Ocean County,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
if you want to go
Lacey,
to
on Lacey
best
Road.
school around.
Yeah, like,
Do you have any affiliation schools?
I have 32 affiliates.
Jeez.
So I said, like, I giggle sometimes when people say, oh, I train at the best school and they're around me. It's like, no, just Google is a thing. And if you don't believe it, bring your brother, your fucking uncle, anyone who you think is tough. You want to train some jiu-jitsu.
Your meathead buddy Roger. Fucking bring him through.
Bring him through. But at the same time, you're going to see nothing more than a better family and people that are really, really good people. Just, Ocean County Jiu-Jitsu, we're in Forked River, we're going to take good care of you. Everybody's super kind. And that's one thing I say about martial arts school. We don't have to prove how tough we are. Google shows how tough we are. You have to prove how kind you are, so you have to welcome everybody in. And I think we do a really phenomenal job of that. So
Absolutely.
we'd love to have you.
Awesome, man.
I've never heard of anybody that I know that goes there, and I've known a number of people over the years that ever had a bad word to say. So check them out if you're interested in getting into the BJJ world.
And we'll have you on again soon, Tom.
Yeah, brother. And you got to sign the board before you leave, my man. Up here.
Not the board, not Bob. The board. The board. Everybody, thanks for tuning in, man. Catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.